All right. Hello there, folks. How's everybody doing? Hope your weekend's off to a good start. It is a Friday here. Today we're going to be doing some Master of Orion. I think that we've done enough Civ 7 for the moment. I do think I'm going to play some more Civ 7 on stream at some point. But we've been streaming Civ. I did 2 straight games of Civ 7, so I've streamed that for like the last 2 months. I think like 8 weeks or so, 9 weeks, something like that. So that was a lot of Civ 7. So we're going to do a different game today. And I always get requests for more Master of Orion. I thought this would be fun to do. I do want to try streaming some Old World, Soren Johnson's game, but I haven't played that at all. I'm not sure I want to jump right into a game of Old World without having played it since... I mean, I played it back when it was in development and briefly after it came out, but I don't know if I want to jump into a game that complicated without having played it at least a little bit. So, that's still on the agenda at some point, but not for the moment. Alright, so yes, Master of Orion. So, I see people in the chat seem to be enjoying this. I noticed that the Civ 7 videos were not getting a lot of views, that I was posting them, either on the live stream or after they went to YouTube. People just seem to be pretty out on Civ 7, and I agree the game has a lot of flaws. I've been writing about it on my website. By the way, thanks to all of you popping in here on the chat. So, I thought about what I could do with Master of Orion that I haven't done. I've done a lot of things for this game. But there's still tons. I mean, this is such a great game. You can do so many different things with it. And one request that I had been getting, it was a couple different times in the comments for some of the other videos, was people said, you know, one race you haven't really played on stream is the humans. I did them, like, I think it was one of the very first games I did of Master of Orion was with the humans. And they're like, maybe you could try to feature the humans. And so I thought, okay, well, we'll do a humans game. And in addition to that, we'll do a variant that is not the hardest variant, but does kind of factor into the humans pretty well. And this is a variant that at Realms Beyond was called the Taciturn variant. What it basically means is you can't initiate diplomacy. And we've run this in a number of different games. I think we've done it in Civ 3, Civ 4, Master of Orion. So you can respond to an offer if the AI sends it to you. You can say yes, no, but you can't start diplomacy yourself. And it's an interesting thematic fit for the humans because the humans' their whole gig in this game is they have really good diplomacy and trading. In fact, we can, and I'm going to use standard settings here: medium galaxy size, impossible difficulty, 5 opponents. Those are standard settings. Well, impossible isn't, but I always do the games on impossible. See, you can see right here, excellent traders and magnificent diplomats. What the humans get in Master of Orion is they get 2 big benefits. The first is they start out with relaxed relations with all races. I believe they even get them with the Darloks, because the Darloks start out with lower than average diplomacy, and the humans start out with better than average diplomacy. I don't know. I can't remember how it actually interacts between the two of them, but I think the humans get the edge from what I remember. Ivan S., does this mean you can't initiate tech exchanges? Yes. The AI can ask for a tech trade. I cannot ask for a tech trade. So that's their first benefit, is they get positive diplomacy with everybody. And that is a big benefit indeed in Master of Orion. Diplomacy is hugely important. I mean, I can pull it up on there's a diplomatic matrix in the Master of Orion instruction booklet. I will pull it up here. Just give me a second. I probably should have had this queued up before I started the stream, but I didn't think I was going to make this point. Let's see. Okay. Oh, seriously? Oh, I had it matching case, that's why. Okay, here we go. Put it on screen so you can see. So here's the diplomatic matrix. If you look at the humans here. Yep. They start at relaxed relations with everybody. Even the Darloks, I was right. They get the tiebreaker over the Darloks. So they start with relaxed relations with everybody, and that's a huge deal. Because in Master of Orion, the relationship diplomatically between the races, it always tries to go back to the starting point. Like, obviously you can befriend anybody, you can go to war with anybody, but there's always a pull back to the starting relationship over time, if nothing else happens. So they are uniquely positioned to be friends with basically everybody, and that's a huge edge because, like, you don't want to have to fight people if you don't want to. They're the opposite of the Darloks, who start out at uneasy relationships with everybody. Of course, it could be worse. Restless is the lowest one here. That's the Alkari-Merson relationship. It's the single worst one in the game. They're the only ones in the game that have that start at that point, which is why it's almost impossible for the cats and the birds to be friends. But anyway, that's their first benefit. Second benefit is they get improved trade, which we are not really going to take advantage of in this game because we can't initiate trade agreements. For everybody else, you basically have to take a big penalty when you sign a trade deal. You want to do it anyway because it builds relationships. But for the humans, it's like not even a penalty. All of the races start at a 30% penalty. So like if you sign a trade deal for 100 credits, it starts at minus 30, and then it slowly goes up to the 100. The humans start at minus 5, so they basically immediately start turning a profit when it comes to trade, and that's a big deal too. So where everybody else kind of like has to take a penalty to start building those positive relationships, the humans just kind of get it for free immediately. So again, they're really good at trade and diplomacy. They also do get, they have no tech penalties. A lot of races have tech penalties. They're not excellent in anything, but they're good in, I believe, propulsion and shields, if I remember correctly. Yes, Groove Champ has it in the chat, propulsion and shields. I'm pretty sure that that's the case. Oh yeah, by the way, we're outside. I should have mentioned that too. It's a beautiful day here in the Washington, D.C. area, so I'm outside. It's extremely pleasant. You can't see this, but I have the overhead fan on, and it's really nice out. But you can hear the bird song in the background, so maybe the Alkari out there are giving us a little song today. So anyway, the humans overall, they're not as strong as the Cylons, not as strong as the Klakons, probably better than everybody else. You can make a case for the Silicoids as well, but I think the humans are. I think the top tier are Cylon and Klakons, and I have the humans in the next tier below that. Not quite as good, but definitely an above average race in terms of how this game goes. So what this means is we are not going to be able to take advantage of a lot of our benefits. We're not going to be able to get those trade agreements unless the AI comes to us and asks for the trade agreements, and I certainly hope that they will. But we're still going to be benefiting from our positive diplomacy in the sense that it's going to make it a lot less likely for us to get attacked. One reason why I don't want to do this variant with, like, let's say I were playing the Sakra, for example. This would be a bad variant to do with the Sakra, because if you can't talk to the other races, you can sometimes just lose the game in Master Orion, and there's like, it's not your fault. There's nothing you can do about it. Like, you need to be able to interact diplomatically so you don't lose in the council elections. But the humans are unlikely to lose a council election just out of like the randomness that goes on. It's not impossible, but it's a lot less likely for them. So they're a good race to do this variant with, because we're less likely to just get cheesed at the first council vote and immediately lose the game because we can't interact with the other races. All right. So the worst race, people debate this. My feeling is it's pretty clearly the Mercians. That's a really good question. What's the worst race? Their bonus is they get increased accuracy on their guns, which means that they're more likely to hit the target in combat. And it is a decent benefit. Like, it's not a bad benefit, but they get no economic advantages whatsoever. They are rated excellent in weapons, which is kind of nice, but weapons is the least important tech field. And they're rated poor in, what are they poor in again? I'm trying to think which, are they poor in construction tech? I'm trying to remember which one they're poor in. But they have a pretty bad tech penalty. They have no economic edge, and they have one of the worst diplomatic situations in the game. Computers, is that right? I'm just going to look it up because I can't remember which one the Mercians are, and it's bugging me now. Let's see, poor. Excellent. I'm searching for keywords here. Excellent. Okay. Here we go. I'll put it on screen again so you folks can see. Mercians. It is construction. Okay, my guess was correct. The one that's weak in computers is the Borathi, which is also really bad. So like they get cheap weapons, but that advantage is all set by the fact that they have really bad construction tech, and that means they can't fit as many weapons on a ship anyway. That said, if you can ever get to the late game, Kitty is actually really strong if you have a big tech lead, because they just annihilate people from the position of tech advantage. But I mean, again, if you can get to the late game with a tech advantage, you've already won the game anyway, so it doesn't matter that you can win even harder from that position. So anyway, yeah, there is some debate, but I think Mercian's definitely the weakest. And they also tend to suck when the AI plays them too. That's not always the same thing, because there are some races that are better or worse when the AI plays them. The AI is very good at playing the Silicoids. The Silicoids are really strong in the AI's hands because they're not hurt as much by the Silicoids penalties. Whereas the AI kind of doesn't really play the Klakons as well as they should be. But the Mercians are bad when the AI plays them and bad when the human plays them. So I would say they're the worst, and a really good question. Okay, but we're not doing a Merchant race. We're gonna do the humans here. I have certain colors I always play for each race, so we're gonna take the blue flags with the humans, and we do have a name. So I'll give chat 30 seconds here if they have a name. We've had some fantastic names when we've done games on stream before, and we've had some really hilarious ones. So I'll definitely let people see if they have any suggestions for who we should play, who we should be in this game. And then we'll also have also be thinking about the name of our homeworld, because we get the chance to rename our homeworld too. Napoleon, I'm down with that. Do not disturb. Those are both pretty good. Let's do Napoleon. I like that suggestion. And then we think of the name for our homeworld too. Human. These are pretty good. These are pretty good. Actually, I'm gonna go. If we can do it. Well, I'll go with Human. Those are really good suggestions. Third Rock is pretty good too. Let's go with that. I like that. Oh, does it fit? And no, it's not Third Rick. Although that would also be pretty funny. By the way, I've said this on previous streams, but this is the only opportunity to rename your homeworld in the game. You never get another chance to do it after this, so you better not have a typo. I have had a typo sometimes in putting in names, and then we're just stuck with it for the entire rest of the game, which is pretty funny, but yeah, you can't change it afterwards. All right, let's go ahead and see what we got for this game. Okay, we're in the northwest corner. Who do we have for our rivals? Let's see. Cylons. Always have to note, is this a Cylon game or not? Also a Silicoid game. Okay. Cylons and Silicoids are probably the ones to watch out for. And then if the Mechlar get to expand, that's always an issue as well. Not as concerned about Sakura Bullrathi. But, yeah, it could get spicy. Tricky setup here. We do look like we have a pretty big gulf of space around our starting position, as long as there's not an AI here, and I don't think there can be one here, because I think there's only 6 okay, there can be an AI here. The closest distance the AI can be is 7 parsecs. They can't spawn inside 6, but they can spawn at 7. That said, there's probably, so like there can't be an AI here, it's too close. There's AIs only spawn at yellow stars, by the way. I've mentioned that in a bunch of other streams, but there's so many yellow stars in this galaxy. There are a lot of yellow stars here. Sometimes you can, on a medium galaxy has 48 stars. You can sometimes roll a galaxy where there's only like 8 yellow stars, and then the AI is going to be at 5 of those 8 yellow stars, but there's like a dozen of them on this map where the AI can be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, yeah, 13. So 5 of these 13 yellow stars have an AI presence. Hopefully there's no one there, and then we'll just clean up the northwest corner and then see what we can get over here. I do not think we will be able to push past this gulf of space. It would be optimistic to think we could push past that on impossible difficulty, but we'll see. Interesting. Chat seems slower today, maybe, or maybe I'm just not paying attention. We also had a question about the remnants of the precursors. I know that the one person did that like successor imitator of Master of Orion. I personally just have not been as interested in that one, but I know some people have enjoyed it. The way I've described it is, if I'm gonna play a game that's extremely similar to Master of Orion, I'd rather just play Master of Orion. But you know, and it like just changes enough that I don't want to play it. But I know some people have enjoyed it, so definitely, like if it's you should check. If you like Master of Orion, you should at least check it out and make the decision for yourself. But it has never grabbed me, I'm afraid. Alrighty, so we've got a couple places we need to send our scouts. The colony ship we're going to send to this green star here. The green star is more likely to have a habitable world than the red star. I believe one of these two should have a planet. The way the map generation works is you're supposed to always have a habitable planet at 1 star within 3 parsecs, but sometimes it goofs, and sometimes there can be one that's like 3.02 parsecs away, which rounds up to 4, and then the game thinks that you have one in range, but you actually don't. But in any case, it's very rare you don't have a habitable planet. You're supposed to always have one, but sometimes the map generation messes up and doesn't actually give you one. All right, in terms of where we want to scout first, the planets that are most at risk are the ones that are towards the galactic center. So I think we're going to go to scout these, or I think actually that one's in range too. Well, if there's an AI at this yellow star, we're never going to get that planet first, so we might as well scout these two. Send our scouts to these 2 spots here, and then we'll build our typical scout 2s in a turn or two. So we'll go send them off to explore. The reason why we don't build scouts on the first turn is if you look at the planet screen here. See this? Spending costs. The colony ship actually costs a huge amount of maintenance. Right now our whole income is only 51 credits. And the colony ship costs about a quarter of that. I think it costs like 10 BC per turn. It's like 12 BC, 13, something like that. So we're actually losing out on a lot of income. Yeah, you can see we make 51 income, but we only actually get 38 income because we're spending the rest on the colony ship. Plus, we then have to spend money on waste cleanup, which eats up another 15 BC. So we're actually only getting 23 BC that we can actually spend. That'll go up significantly as soon as the colony ship lands. So hopefully there's a planet here. Let's go find out. Can't really do anything the first 2 turns. We're just building factories here. First 2 turns. All right. Oh, minimal 10? Oh, my God. That's like the worst possible we could... Well, I mean, worse would be if it's not habitable. Oh, my God. A size 10 planet? Oof. Oh, my. That's bad. If you haven't seen this game before, the bigger the planet size, the better in Master of Orion. 10 is at the minimum size possible in the game. Planets cannot be smaller than this. So what we could do is we could try to turn this ship around and go see if there's a planet here. The problem is if there's no planet here and we don't colonize this, we waste 4 turns traveling there, and then we'd have to spend 4 turns traveling back. I think we just have to set up here. It's not worth the risk of waiting all that time and possibly not even... I mean, there might not even be a planet we can colonize at that other red star. But, oh my God, this is a terrible break. Ugh. Ugh. That's bad, you guys. That's bad. It's bad. Yeah, and right. And as Ivan just put in the chat, we'd also be paying maintenance on that colony ship the entire time it's flying around, so... I don't, and the other reason is by colonizing here, we also get range. We're also pushing our range closer to the middle of the map, which is what we want. Yikes. Okay, well at least we don't have to send much pop from at least we don't have to send much pop over there, so that's a plus, I guess. Anyway, so now that we don't have to pay that maintenance, see, now we're not paying that. So we make what is it, 57, and we get all 57 of that, aside from what we have to spend on eco. For waste cleanup, we have to spend 18 per turn on waste cleanup. As we get more tech, we won't have to spend as much on waste cleanup. So now we have like 38. We have like 38 BC that we actually get to spend. Okay, so what is in range now that we want to go scout out? We do want to send a scout to every world that is within range. These 2 will be in range. Oh, the yellow star's still not in range. Okay, because that'll inform us on what we need in terms of tech. So anyway, first things we're gonna do is we're going to scrap these designs that we're never going to build. The AI always gives you these fighter, destroyer, bomber. I've never built any of these. Even if you want to build a fighter, you should redesign the ship. There's a bug in the game whereby the starting ships are apparently calculated at tech level 0, and if you just redesign the exact same ship, it calculates it at tech level 1, so it's cheaper to build. So like this scout costs 10 BC, but we can design literally the exact same ship. Famous Scout 2s. I got this terminology from Syrian, and I've used it as well. Like, if you look at our fleet right now, I know this is old news for many of you, but I think we also have some people in here who haven't seen Master of Orion before. You can see it's exactly the same ship. It's literally exactly the same, but it costs 8 BC instead of 10, and that's actually a pretty big difference. It's 25%. What is it? 20% cheaper. So we're gonna build some Scout 2s. Let's see how many we actually need. So we need 1, 2, 3. 4. We can't send there yet. You can send up to 6 parsecs on a scout at the beginning of the game. So 4. We already have a ship going here. Is this in range? Okay, that's out of range. That's out of range. Although if we can get just a little bit more range, all these would go in. So we only need 4 of them so far. We only need 4 scouts. Wow. Okay. Not a lot of worlds in range. I was hoping that a small world would bring this to 6 parsecs, but it does not, unfortunately. That said, this is only 3 parsecs. If there's a habitable world here, we're gonna have to get a move on here because that's actually pretty strategically important. Yeah, this is what happens after winning a space victory in Civ 7, indeed. No, it's a feature. Designing your own ships. There are some modern games that do this as well. I know Galactic Civ does designing your own ships. So yeah, we only need 4 Scout 2s. That's normally, it's not unusual to need like as many as 8 to 10 of these. It's kind of weird we only need 4 of these, but yeah, we don't need any more. So we'll only build the 4. I think we might get 5. Yeah, we got 1 extra. That's not at all unusual. So what happened there is the planet actually grew some pop. It grew 2 pop, and that caused us to have slightly more production than the numbers were saying. Okay, so we got an extra ship. That's fine. Let's go start setting these off. Now watch, there's going to be like a Terran 100 at that red star, and I'm going to be kicking myself, but had to go with the information we had available at the time. And I think the best place to put this scout is we'll just put you up here, because from there we've got this huge gulf of space over here. It's really interesting. Okay, so small world. We don't want to send much pop here, but I'll send a few. I think I'll send 3. I think I'll send 3 pop because that'll get it to the halfway point. But I'll do it when this planet gets to 50. When it gets to 53 million, I'll go from 53 down to 50. Planets grow population the fastest when they're right in the middle of the growth curve. All right, so we go back to building factories, and we should be getting some. All right, I'll send pop next turn to small world. All right, we should start getting some scout reports. Okay, I mean, like this would be better than the star that we have here. It's still not a good world as a poor planet. Size 40 is about medium. It would be decent enough, but the poor size is, yeah, poor is kind of bad. Oh, whoa. Okay. Size 110. Okay, that's even better than our home world. Let's go. Alrighty, well, I know what our immediate target is. 110. So planets have so let me explain, unpack the math of what's happening here. Planets have a base size of 10 is the smallest, and 120 is the biggest, although I believe that the only planet that has 120 as the base size is Orion. Our homeworld is 100. It's very rare to see anything that's 100 or bigger. Now, this planet has rolled fertile, and when a planet is fertile, the size is 25% higher than normal. So I believe this is actually a base size 90 planet that rolled fertile, and then it went from 90 to 110. Either that or it's 85 to 110, but I think it's 90 going. Yeah, I believe it's 90, and then it went to 110 with the plus 25% size. Also, pop grows faster here. We get to be the Sakura on this planet. No, you can get random 120 base Terran planet. Okay, I don't know if I've ever seen one, but okay, and we have, all right, that's a little unfortunate that this is barren. That means we need additional tech to colonize here, but we should still have pretty good odds to get this, because barren is the first tier of hostility. As far as the way this works, again, if you're new to the game, planets have different classifications. You can colonize half the planets at the start of the game, and you need additional tech to colonize these. So we need additional tech to colonize the barren planet that's out there. Okay, so how far away? I believe this one down here is 5 parsecs away. Okay, and we are going to need range 5, so we really have to hope that range 5 is in our tech tree. If we only have range 4, that's going to be bad, because this is still 5 parsecs from here, right? Yeah, this is still 5 parsecs from here. Because it's not like we can go to here and then jump to there. We literally need range 5 to get there. If we turn on the grid, that's disappointing. You know, it's probably like 4.2 parsecs from small world to Zoctin, but it rounds up to 5. If it's 4.01, it rounds up to 5. That's a shame. It's too bad that that's not 4 parsecs away. This game's going to be a lot easier if we have range 5 in our tech tree. How far away from designing a colony ship with extended range? Very, very far. Although this is such a good world, it actually could be worthwhile to design one with long-range fuel tanks. Again, for anyone who might be new in the chat, the default range that your ships can travel at the start of the game is 3 parsecs. You can only go within 3 parsecs. If you're wondering why my scouts can go further away, it's because they have a special reserve fuel tank that adds 3 parsecs distance. But it does make the ship more expensive, and it takes up a lot of space. So like right now, if we were to design a colony ship, here we can design a colony ship. Here you go. See, the colony ship costs 570 BC, and it uses up most of the space. There's 220 available space. We cannot put the reserve fuel tanks on because they cost 500 space. We only have 220. If you get more tech, the stuff gets cheaper as you discover more technology. So we will eventually be able to fit reserve fuel tanks on a colony ship, but we can't do it right now. Now we can do it if we use a huge hull. We go up to the huge hull. We can do that. We can put the standard colony base and we can put the reserve fuel tanks on. But now look at the cost. It's 1,940. The normal colony ship is 570, so it's like quadruple the cost. So we don't want to do that if we don't have to. That's incredibly expensive. All right, well, let's go ahead. We're going to transfer 3 million pop to Small World, as mentioned. Poor Small World. And then now we're going to do the boring thing where we just click next turn for a little bit while we build our fact. Oh, wow. Oh, that's okay. That's not good. That means a soccer at one of these 2 stars down here. So we're already chasing away a soccer scout. That's not great. We really need this planet because the rest of the neighborhood looks pretty crummy. We have to get this planet to be effective. We basically have to hope that we have range 5 in our tech tree. This game's going to get very difficult if we don't have range 5 in our tech tree. Unfortunately, it's a 50-50. It's like 50-50 odds for it to be in our tech tree. So, yeah. One of those big dice rolls. Okay. Now, they had an unarmed scout. We had an unarmed scout. We could just chase them away. But the Sakura, they have to be, I think they have to be here. I guess they could be here and then they colonize there, but they're most likely at this star. So that means anything further to the south is very unlikely. But this world, Zockton, if we can get that one, if we can get this and then clean up the rest of this corner, I'll feel reasonably safe. But if we can't get this planet, we're in a lot of trouble. No long range lasers just yet. They'll send more on our, because I don't think this is in range for them. Because this would not have been in range yet. I don't think this is in range for them yet. So I think they'll just send scouts for right now. I think. Okay, that's a solid planet. This is the best planet we've seen thus far aside from Zockton. Arid 65 is not bad. Oh wow, Jungle 9. Okay, so we got some good backlines. We have some good, if we can get this and then we can backfill, then we're in good shape. The 90 is quite nice. And we're guaranteed to get this. We'll always get this planet. And we should always get this planet too. I don't think there's an AI at this star, or we probably would have seen their ships already, but we'll find out in a second. As soon as this ship gets up here in 2 turns, we'll know if there's an AI at this star, because if there is, we'll spot them instantly. I don't think there's an AI at this star, though, because I think we would have seen them already if that were the case. All right, so right now, Third Rock's just growing pop and building factories. As far as how that works, factories increase your production overall. The way it works is at the start of the game, every pop point can work up to 2 factories. So we can have up to 200 factories here. Of course, we need 200 population to work those 200 factories. Or excuse me, we need 100 pop to work those 200 factories. And there's a very strong incentive to get up to max pop, max factories as soon as possible. Because, like, your planet just gets better at doing everything. Like, the more production you have, the faster you build ships, the faster you do research. So it's almost never a good idea to stop doing that. Like, we can build a colony ship right now if we want to, right? Go ahead and set up the colony ship, which always costs 570 BC unless you've discovered a tech. So like we can build the colony ship right now, but it'll take 11 turns. Also, we couldn't send it here. We don't have range. We could send it here to the poor planet. So we can build a colony ship right now, but it'll take 11 turns. Instead, if we spend 11 turns building factories, then we can build the colony ship in 4 turns. And then we can build every other colony ship in 4 turns. So like it doesn't make sense to build ships this early in the game because we can build it for 11 turns, but then it'll take another 11 turns to build the next one, and it just doesn't really make sense. I'd rather... so what I'm going to do is I'm going to do research. I'm going to do research before building colony ships because this is the I want to go here first. But I'd rather wait until I can dump a big chunk of tech in on the first turn as opposed to putting in some research now and then just having that whatever I put in would just disappear. So even though it'd be nice to know, I wouldn't really play these turns any differently. Like, regardless of whether or not I have range 5 available, I'm still going to play these turns the same way regardless. So I'd rather not. I'd rather just continue pumping factories. It's a really good question, but I'd rather continue pumping factories because I would play these turns the same regardless. I'm not going to start doing research until I'm maxed out, and I wouldn't build long-range laser ships until I'm maxed out. So I would play the turns the same way regardless. But it's a great question. It's the kind of things you should be thinking about while playing this game. All right, let's see what's at this white star. Oh, geez, Cylons at the Barren planet already? Okay, that means the Cylons are probably here. Probably here, if they're already sending. Okay. That means somebody's going to have a big back lines back here. Oh, yeah. I was like, why do we have 2 ships? So we have a scout and a scout, too. They'll retreat, of course, because their scouts also unarmed. What do we have here? Oh, Artifacts Planet. Yes. So when you scout an Artifacts Planet, if you're the first one to get there, you get a free tech. Oh, boy. What are we going to pull here? Again, it is possible there's an AI here, but I'm pretty sure there is not. Okay. And of course, Artifacts Planets, any research you do there is doubled, so they're quite nice. Now, the downside of this is this one's in a nebula, which means shields don't work, so we're gonna have to stack up a ton of defensive bases there. All right, so it actually is possible to pull range 5 as as a tech here. So you can pull anything from the first 2 tiers of technology. The way that the tech system works is it works in ladders. It's kind of like you're climbing rungs of a ladder. So we can pull anything from the first 2 tiers. What we don't want is a weapon. A weapon's not going to do anything to speed up our growth curve. It'll be good later, but not useful now. Computer tech doesn't really do much to help us right now either. So that's not really going to do much to help us. Improved Robotics 3 would actually be bad because it can make your factories more expensive to build. So what we would like to pull is construction. Anything in construction makes our colony ships cheaper. That's good. If you pulled like Improved Industrial 8, our factories will get cheaper to build. Anything in planetology is good. And a waste cleanup tech would be amazing. Improved eco would be awesome. If we could pull a hostility tech, we would be able to colonize the barren planet. We wouldn't need to research a tech for that. If we can get propulsion, it's good. Faster engines is good. Improved range is good. So any of those things would be great. We really are looking for construction, planetology, propulsion here are the ones we want. Let's see what we got. Okay, not great. This is one of the weaker options, but it still helps. This is literally the single cheapest tech in the construction field. So not great, but it does make our factories cheaper, and we're building factories right now, so it does help. But it's kind of a bad pull overall. So normally at the start of the game, factories cost 10 BC to build. So you know, for every 10 BC we get a factory. Right now we've got what is it? We make 93 production. So we have to spend 31 on waste cleanup. So yeah, we get 67, so we build 6.7. So it looks like actually looks like the benefit hasn't kicked in yet. So remember, those of you who watched one of my previous games, remember how when you discover a tech in a trade mid-turn, you don't get the benefit until next turn? We had that happen with our defensive bases. It looks like the same thing is happening here. So it looks like we actually don't get the benefit until next turn. But instead of building 6.7 with our... oh, wait, no, actually, maybe we are getting the benefit because we have 61 BC... and we're getting 6.7. Okay, never mind. It does look like it actually kicked in here. So we should get 6.1 factories, but instead we're getting 6.7 because we get factories for 9 BC instead of 10 BC. So, I mean, it speeds up our growth curve a little. We could have also pulled Improved Industrial 8, which would have been factories cost 8 BC instead of 9. That would have been a much bigger benefit. But, it is what it is. Okay, so let me get a quick screenshot here of our immediate environment. Well, at least almost all the planets are habitable. That's a plus. And we've confirmed that there's no AI at that star up there. So that's a plus. So now we got to build factories because right now we only have 60 factories and we want to get up close to 200. So unfortunately, Small World is not going to be able to help the capital grow population or any other world grow population for that matter. It's almost maxed out already. All right, Small World's already hit max pop. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to have it send some pop back to the capital right now. That way it can keep growing pop. A planet, obviously, when it's full, does not grow population. All right, so we're now at 70 population, 86 factories. We've been growing consistently 2 to 3 pop per turn. That's going to start slowing down as we get closer to max pop. Again, planets grow the fastest when they're halfway through their growth curve. We are maxing factories faster than we would in a normal game, though. Even that small little advantage that we got there does help. And you're at 9. Whenever you get over 8 BC, I'm going to send pop back to the homeworld right now, just to help out. Yeah, because you're growing 1 pop per turn, and by sending it back to the homeworld, that's going to help the homeworld max out faster. Okay, we're up to 100 factory. Yeah, we grew 5 pop that turn. So I do think that we're going to max out pop and factories at about the same time, because we're already up to almost 10 BC per turn here, or 10 factories per turn. Yeah, okay, so yeah, we're building, okay. That might actually be enough for Third Rock to max out pop, because it's still not that close on the factories. It needs about 5 or 6 more turns on the factories. Yeah, we're up to 11 per turn. By the way, thanks again for subscribing, Dark Kuno. Yeah, just getting three growths per turn instead of 2 has sped this along. Let's leave it for a turn or 2, and then we'll see what happens. It's going to slow down in growth as it gets close. All right, so we're at 125 factories. We're building 11 per turn. That's about 6 turns. Yeah, 6 more turns. So we'll be maxed out at probably 23, 22, which is actually slightly above average. I think it's because we didn't have to build. Yeah, we didn't have to build more scout. We didn't have to spend another turn building more scouts. And then we've had this. We had the faster factories. 88 pop, 149 factories. So slightly unusual early game. Poor Small World, by the way. Look at how slow it builds the factories. It's built 4 factories so far. This poor planet. Oh, hype training coming. Thanks for whoever initiated that, by the way. You must construct additional factories. All right. 89 pop. Later on in the game, you don't have to micro the pop quite this much. So the landscaping noises. Hopefully it quieted down a little bit. All right. So now we're at 92 pop. We're at 175 factories. It's going to take 2 more turns to finish the factories. 2 more turns. Yeah, because we'll build 25 factories in 2 turns. And Small World, I don't think has anything else to send right now. Alrighty. I guess we did come up slightly, so we need 10 more factories. Okay. Actually, you know what we're going to do? We're going to open tech this turn, and then we'll max the factories on that, because we want to open up research with a big initial investment. There's a lot of really weird stuff in terms of how the tech formula works, but I know you want to dump in a big investment on the first turn. All right, and we're only going to open the fields we care about. I don't think we need construction right now. We don't need force fields. So we'll split 2 to 1 on propulsion against planetology. So let's do this. 2/3 in propulsion, 1/3 in planetology. All right, let's cross those fingers that we have range 5 available so we can get down here. We really want to get down here with range 5 tech. And humans are, they're rated good in propulsion, so we have cheaper than normal techs. All right, let's see. Big dice roll. Okay, no choice on planetology. We only have +10 terraforming. That's actually a little bit bad because we don't have improved eco, which is a really important early game tech. It cuts your waste cleanup costs. At the start of the game, you have to clean up waste. It costs 2 BC to clean up each unit of waste. Or was it one? What is it? 1 unit? Was it a? It's a 1 to 2 ratio, and it goes to 1 to 3 with improved eco. I'm not explaining it correctly, but your waste cleanup costs get cut by 50% if you have improved eco. It's not in our tech tree, unfortunately. Terraforming +10 is fine. It's not bad or anything, but at least it's very cheap. We'll get to move on. Hopefully we have, and we also don't have controlled barren, which would allow us to get that barren planet. So hopefully we can jump from this to controlled tundra at the next tier. Yes, we got it. It's there. Ooh, okay. That's luck. That's good luck. Really wanted to make sure we had that. Okay. It does make Small World twice the size, yes. Terraforming has the biggest effect on cheap, small-sized planets. Now, normally, range 5 tech costs 1,000 research points, but it only costs 800 for us because we are rated good in the field, and that makes the tech 20% cheaper. So that will also help. Okay. All right, so good rock, third rock. Now we're going to finish our factories. We need 10 factories, so that costs 90 BC. Right, we need 10 of them. Yeah. Okay, so we'll make sure we measure out the 90. This will max out the factories. Put the rest into tech. We could also terraform, by the way. Oh wait, no, we don't have terraforming +10 yet. What am I thinking? We don't have the tech yet. All right. And I mean, if you contribute so little, it doesn't really matter what you do. I think I'm going to have you stay on the factories because you were just so pathetic. And you're going to send your 1 extra pop point back. You were just, small world, you are... You're like, it's not my fault, I'm very small. So on the plus side, we've already knocked out like half of planetology because that's very cheap. And we got the first little light bulb there. Yeah, 50% of the time it works all the time. But I mean, it's available. Now we can at least have a realistic chance of getting there. All right, so Third Rock has maximized its factories. It's at 97 pop. It has another transport coming in from Small World. So it's going to get 2 more pop from Small World. So it only has to grow 1 more pop itself. All right, now that we've done that, we can put everything into research. And we should fill up the light bulbs pretty fast with 140 RP going into this. Yeah, so planetology is already getting ready to pop. And then this is like 25% of the way there. Up, someone's at 6 planets. Silicoids. Oh, Meklar. Oh, no. Oh, no. That's not good. I don't want a fast expanding Meklar empire. I was assuming it was the silicoids that were going to pop up here. That's not good. So the Meklar's thing is they can build more factories than other races can. You really don't want them expanding quick. You don't. They're usually like a small but very powerful empire. You definitely don't want them being the largest empire. You're in for a world of hurting if they're like the biggest empire. But okay. Well, on the plus side, it seems like they're not that close to us because we haven't run into any of their scouts yet. So okay. Now another thing is we are going to be able to reach more stars as soon as we get this range expansion, because we'll be able to reach anything that's within 8 parsecs. So we actually do want a few more scouts to queue up as soon as that's ready to go, because like we can go scout. Now I believe a lot of these stars have already been claimed by other AIs, but we do actually want a few more scouts. I'm gonna have Small World slip out a few scout 2s here. Homeworld can't really do it. Yeah, I hate to have to use Small World for this, but the Homeworld can't really do it because it needs to stay on tech right now. We're already in the percentages for planetology, so we can turn that off. The way this game works is once you fill up the bars, you have a percentage-based chance to discover that keeps going up. It's double whatever there's a bug on the screen. It's double whatever it says. So we have 12% odds to discover that tech, the terraforming tech. Right, and as Shallothought said, the Meklar also tend to build bigger ships too. All right, so we don't need too many more. I already have 1 extra scout here from the early game. I'm pretty confident that I can send this scout like forward to here, and then I can build a replacement later. So I only really need, and I have a scout ready to go for there. That's an AI homeworld, so I really only want a scout like here and here. So I can build like 1 more scout for here and 1 more scout for here. I'll be satisfied. So Small World, I think I only need 2 scouts out of you, but I want to build them now. Okay, so there we actually hit the 12% dice roll. That's nice. As soon as I get the colony ship out, I'll terraform the homeworld, but I don't want to do that until after I have the colony ship out. All right, plus 10 terraforming, costs 50 BC, adds 10 to the size of the planet. Okay, so between these, it's a pretty obvious call. We want controlled tundra. That will let us colonize the barren planet, and we already have plus 10 terraforming, so plus 20 doesn't really do that much for us. It's also more expensive too, so we're happy to take you can see it's double the cost basically, so we'll take the controlled tundra, and then when we discover that, as I said, we'll be able to what's the word I'm looking for? We'll be able to colonize this planet here, which is somewhat at risk. But remember, the AI also would have to have the tech to colonize it. All right, so in terms of tech, that looks fine. We don't really need to put much in there. Yes, we're just researching as fast as we can to propulsion tech right now. And hopefully we'll get there sooner rather than later. We saw we needed 800 BC to get there. Okay. And Small World did, in fact, build the 2 scouts I wanted. So now they will be in position, ready to go. So you can stop doing that now. You can go back to building factories for yourself. Oh, you know what you should do? You should just start terraforming. This planet gets so much benefit from terraforming. We should just start doing the terraforming right now. It's going to take like 6 turns, but it should just terraform right now. That's by far the most important thing it can do. All right, so we've got the light bulb just about filled up. Once we get into the percentages, we'll start building the colony ship. All right, so you see now that we're in the percentages, we'll start building the colony ship. More turns. Okay, it looks like we need to dump another turn's worth of research before we start. So that we have at least, we want to get up to like 20% odds to discover it. Yeah, small world, look at that. Now it's max size pop 11. Now it can go to size 11, haha. Okay. So now we'll go over to building the colony ship. Want to make sure we have at least one tick going in here. Okay, so you can see we're at 9%, so that gives us 18% odds per round to discover this. The odds are very strong that we'll get it within like 3 or 4 turns at like almost 20% per turn to get it. We could strike out and not hit it. If we get down to like 1 turn left on the colony ship and it hasn't popped yet, I'll infuse a little more research into it. But odds are, if we're lucky, we can work on the colony ship and get the tech to pop anyway. What are the other stars? So far we've had good luck at everything's been habitable. And then as soon as we get this world, what we'll do is we'll backtrack and we'll grab this world because it's such a good planet. Well, we'll probably terraform Third Rock because it only takes 1 turn to do that. Well, 2 turns. 1 turn to do the terraforming, another turn to build the factories. And then we'll see if we can grab some of these backline planets because we do have we have 1 very good planet in the backlines. We have 1 okay planet in the backlines. And then we have this poor world. And there's probably a good planet here, too, because yellow stars usually have good worlds. Not guaranteed, though. Okay, what are we looking at? Still at the 9%, no surprise. Small world is up to size 13, max. Oh, and it worked. The strategy worked. We got it. So we're like halfway done the colony ship, and we already got the range stack. So that is exactly how I wanted it to happen. There was no guarantee it would happen that way, but that was like playing the percentages. We could have gotten unlucky, as I said, but like it lined up the way I wanted it to, and the dice rolls were kind of kind. So we had a 20% odds to hit, we failed it, and then we had another 20% odds to hit, and we hit the second time. No, actually, I think we had 3 of them. We had like 20% fail, 20% fail, 20% hit. Like at some point around there, you're likely to hit. Okay, this is a little unfortunate. I was hoping that we would have Warp 2 engines because Warp 2 lets your ships move twice as fast. It's a big improvement, but that is not in the tech tree. So we just have inertial stabilizers. So I'm going to change up. I'm literally going to like reverse our spending because now the planetology is one I care about. But we're not really going to do any research for a while. We need to continue working on building the ship. We do need someone to do research, though. So, small world, I'm sorry to do this to you, but I do need you to trickle at least some research in here. So you'll have to go back to terraforming in a little bit for small world. But hey, we're only 2 turns away from getting the colony ship out, and then hopefully we can get down here relatively quickly. Okay, now we can send our scouts forward. So because there is a new scout coming in to cover this world, you can skedaddle forward, and we have 2 extra scouts up here. So 1 is going to go check out this planet here, which is probably already in the hands of an AI, but let's at least verify that. And you're going to go up here, and then you are going to skedaddle up here. Actually, can I do any tech and still get this to finish? Okay, never mind. I can still finish the ship, just barely. So small world, you can stay on your terraforming. You don't want to have nothing going into research because then research that's already been spent starts to decay. So like that 10 BC is not going to make us any progress, but it also won't lose us any progress towards what we already had there. Yeah, small world's trying its best. Trying its best. Poor planet. Okay, 1 turn. And then we're off to Zocton. Yeah, we're not making any progress on tech there. All right, we're up to 15 max. I think how much does it actually get per turn towards the terraforming? All right, we put 8 RP per turn. We need 50 total to do the terraforming. We put 8 towards that 50 each turn. So yeah, that's like what, 6 to 7 turns. It's like halfway there now. Small world is trying so hard. Trying so hard. Okay, we chased away the soccer. Please don't have a colony ship here. Oh, they do, but it's unarmed, so it'll retreat. Okay, that does mean that it's in range, though. That means that that's in range for them. That means we probably need to train. We need to send a few laser ships down there for safety's sake now. Because that means it's in range. That means they probably have this planet colonized. All right. Good thing they did not have a fighter escort. Because they don't have... there's no way they can put long-range stuff on a colony ship yet. So yeah, we need the basic laser fighter. This is the most basic military ship in the game. It's just you put a laser on here. Now, in theory, we could put a computer on here if we wanted to. But that increases the cost of the ship. Like, look at the cost of the ship. Increases from 13 BC up to 18. Like, that's not worth it. It makes the ship 50% more expensive. Like, it's just not worth it. We could put a shield on here too. But again, it's just not really worth it to put a shield on here that blocks 1 point of damage. So better to just build more lasers. So we do need to build some of these. I need at least, I don't know, need like 2 turns of this to feel safe. So we can at least chase away something that comes over here, so we're not totally undefended. Again, normally the second planet can help out a little bit more, but Small World is really struggling. At least Small World at size 20 will be able to send at least some pop. It can send like 5 or 6 pop down there. But the homeworld's kind of having to do everything. Again, I hate to build these ships. I really want to get a move on. I really want to colonize Third Rock. Oh, maybe we do. Actually, let's do the terraforming first. Okay. So we need to measure out 50 BC. That should do it. And then we'll build the ships, but we need to keep 1 click here. Yeah, we'll build 7 lasers, and then we can send like another 10. And that's all I'm going to send for right now. Oh yeah, see, already colonized. Do you see the little dome? That means it's already been colonized. Yep, that means the Sakura are right there. Right there. And we're going to be in contact with them as soon as we colonize this world. But if we can hold it, I mean, again, we are the humans. We do have good diplomacy. If we can hold this planet, it's going to have to be like a border fortress. Again, I'd love to be able to talk to these guys, but I will not be able to do that. Okay. Nope. So yeah, we'll just have a small batch. That will not be enough to push away any serious attack on those guys, but it'll at least be enough to keep them away temporarily. All right, so now we've grown to pop a 110 max, but we do still have to build 20 more factories. So we'll do that as soon as we send these ships off. We're just praying that they don't come in with a big... Oh yeah, we need to chase... Yeah. Is this a... Oh, these are just actually just scouts. What do they have on the planet? Oh, they have 40 pop but no industry. We need to move this scout away because the AI doesn't like it if you hold ships over their planets. It's actually something I should have done last turn. The AI doesn't like it if you hold ships over their territory. Yeah. Okay. All right, Small World's done terraforming. Yay! Good job, Small World. You can try to build a factory for... And it can actually do 10 RP right now. How many factories does it have? 7. It can hold up to 40. Yeah, we were just... No, I said as soon as we chased away the initial scout, I said their homeworld's right there. So hopefully we can hold here. We got the colony ship on the way. We have some very minimal defenses. I will try to add more here once I'm in a position to do so. But all right, yeah, we're going to build the factories. Okay, it says max, but we're not actually going to... we're not going to max out the factories here. We can do 135 at 9. We'll do about 15 factories, and then we'll get the last couple on the next turn. And then we're going to crank out colony ships. We got a lot of worlds to grab. We want to grab that one first. Oh, and we should have a scout. You know, we should have a scout for up here. Okay. Yeah, we can send 1 scout up. We need a scout for that planet up there. We'll just trickle out a scout. Oh, another excellent planet. Okay. And that's going to be in range as well. When we colonize this planet, this one will be in range. Okay, great. Good stuff. Okay, well, nobody there. But we were unlikely to get this planet anyway, so better that nobody... Oh, okay. 2 empty... Wow, there's a really big gulf of space here. Because, like, there's this big empty area, and then this has no planet, and this has no planet. Okay. Alrighty, so how many factories do we have? Okay, we need 6 more factories. 6 times 9 is 54. So we'll just allocate 54. So now we'll be max factories, and now we go back to building colony ships. It says 7 years. It'll probably take 4 more, maybe 3 turns, maybe 4 turns more after this. But we want to scout up there, and then we're going to want to push the scout forward to that green planet once we colonize up here. So I'm going to send this one up here as well. Because, like, this is 7 parsecs, but once we get here, we can definitely jump forward to here. And yeah, some good, I mean, if we can, so if we can, again, big ifs, if we can hold this and colonize everything up here, we're actually looking pretty safe. Gives us a nice basis to work from, nice area to work from. But yeah, Small World's going to send some pop down here. All right, so we're what, 2 turns away from reaching that? Of course, just because we reach it first doesn't mean that we're going to hold it, but we have to at least make a play for that. Because if we can hold here, then we have like a border fortress, and the Sakura don't really have range to reach most of these other planets. If they're set up here, they can hit like any of our planets. All right, so there we go. Third Rock has indeed maxed out on factories. So it's not maxed on pop, but I can't really afford to grow the extra population right now. You can see how much we have to spend on waste cleanup too, unfortunately. So it'll grow the population naturally in a couple turns. Normally I would spend to grow the extra population, but I just can't afford to do it right now. Okay, Small World's trickling research. Colony ship incoming. Think of the name we want for this big planet. And yeah, not really making any progress on tech, but we have gotten the first little symbol on planetology. But we won't actually research any techs for quite some time, because we got a lot of colony ships to. How many colony ships do we have to build? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 at minimum. It's gonna be difficult getting pop to start all these worlds out. Small World is not big enough to seed them with population, but it'll do its best. Okay. Now there's no planet here, so there's just another scout. All right. Yeah, this is the planet we want. Big Boy. Super Earth. Big Boy is pretty good. Super Earth's pretty... I like Big Boy because we have Small World. We have the pair. Let's do the pair of Small World and Big Boy. All right, now we're in contact with the Sakura. Oh! This means there is... I believe this is the honorable response. It's either honorable or pacifist. Long live Emperor Human and the Human Empire. I believe this is the honorable message, though. So again, we can't initiate diplomacy with them. Of course, we can look at them. Pacifist. They're pacifists in this game. Okay, pacifist. It's a rare personality. I knew it was either honorable or pacifist. Normally, they just tell you they hate your guts and they're gonna take over your empire. Their default personality is aggressive. But they are expansionist. Okay, so they're pacifists, but they're also expansionists. Okay, interesting. The pacifist, though, does mean it's more likely we can work. Okay, they have a lot of planets already. I mean, obviously they're way ahead in everything. It's impossible to get used to it. They always start out ahead. Okay, they've expanded pretty well, but not towards... No, we were able to get this planet. So the good news is they were heading down here. The Sakura are not one of the more dangerous opponents. I generally don't really mind that much if the Sakura get pretty big. Now, that said, they might do better than normal in this galaxy because none of their racial enemies are present. The Sakura do not have... There's no Klakons, there's no Alkari, and there's no Mercians. Those are their 3 racial enemies. So they might do better than expected. It's also clear there's no AI down here unless they're running a 1-planet empire. But I do not mind seeing the Sakura with, like... How many planets do they have? 7? What I would like to see is 3 or 4 AIs that all have about 7 or 8 planets. What I don't want to see is 3 AIs that have 2 planets and 1 AI that has 20 planets. So if there's like 3 or 4 medium tier AI powers, that's actually a pretty good scenario. So again, we can't... Normally, in a normal game, I would audience, talk to them, sign them up to a trade agreement, but we can't do that. Good news is relations do start with relaxed. Also good news is you can see incoming ships. You can always see within 3 parsecs of your ships, even with the default scanner. So they have a colony ship incoming, but aha, we built some laser ships, so we'll be able to chase them away. Now, their colony ship is almost certainly not armed, so they probably would just run away from our scouts anyway. But it does make me feel a little better. So we can now keep track of what's at Gallows. So if there's a fleet starting to build, we will be able to see it ahead of time. Okay, Big Boy has now been founded. So we're going to send some pop down there. And we'll just send poor Small World. We're going to send 7 million because that'll put Small World at right in the midway point of its growth curve. It's down to just 4 BCs of research. Oh, man, that poor planet. We're really close to being able to get this colony ship out a turn faster. I might, on the last turn, see if I can take 1 tick of waste to get it out a turn faster, but we'll see. I was hoping that I might be able to finish it because now there's no colony ship on the map and we don't have to pay the cost of the colony ship, the maintenance cost. All right. So they will run away because they don't have any. This is an unarmed colony ship. Eventually, the AI will start putting weapons on the colony ships, but it always takes them a little while to do that. So again, it looks like we've staked our claim, at least for the immediate future. And they don't have any military ships in the area, so. All right. Anyway, Small World, yes. Okay, Small World regrew it regrew a pop point. See? It regrew a pop point. It lost 7, and then it gained 1. So this will take Big Boy up to about 10 pop, and that's enough to get it started. 10 out of 110 is still pretty low, but it's a fertile planet, so it's going to grow really fast. Alrighty. We need to do 2 ticks. That's not worth it. Okay, the next colony ship will come out faster then. So this one's going over here, and then the next one goes up here. And then we skedaddle up to here. But we got to take we got to get that 90 planet going ASAP. What I'll probably do is I'll probably send 10 million pop from Third Rock, which is about the most you can grow in 1 turn. I'll probably just do 1 turn's worth of eco spending, grow as much pop as I can grow in 1 turn of eco spending, and just send it off so that the planets can get started. I don't have anywhere else to send pop from. Okay. So normally I'd be like checking in on diplomacy, but that's our variant. We just have to hope the Sakura come to us asking for a trade deal. We can't start it ourselves, unfortunately. Now you might say, well, hey, you have like all this extra spending. Why not dial down and put some more spending in research? Well, the reason why you don't do that is because the people who made Master of Orion were not dumb. They understood mechanics. Any production and ship on this colony ship that we don't use will just overflow to the next colony ship. And that's what we want. So there's no reason to like dial down spending. This is not like Civ 3 where you always had to micro everything so there's no wasting. The game designers understood that. So yeah. Okay, we got, wait, is that another colony ship incoming? No, that's a colony ship retreating. So overflow, yeah. Not that complicated, but you know, what was it? Didn't Civ 5 launch with no research overflow? Something and then it got patched in or something crazy like that. I know one of the Civ games launched that. I was gonna say recent. I realized Civ 5 came out 15 years ago, but it still feels recent in some ways. I believe that game launched and didn't have research overflow, which is ridiculous. All right, hey silicoids. I mean, if you come in here with you can, I'll chase them away because why not? But like I don't really care if they scout that because there's no planet there. So the silicoid, all right, so we had a silicoid show. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Sakura grabbed another planet. They're up to 8 worlds now. We are, of course, at 3 worlds, but we're doing our best. We're getting there. Still refuse to believe Civ 5 was 15 years ago. There's and see, like, this colony ship takes 3 turns instead of 4 because we've got the production overflow. How many turns does it take to get there? 4? Okay, that works fine. We'll build this in 3 turns, and then we can send pop here to get this started, and then we'll send off the next ship. And then by the time this one gets up here, we'll be about ready to send the next colony ship up to Nitsa. Or maybe we sneak in a colony ship for Kalis while waiting for the ship to get up here. I don't know. We'll see. We'll figure it out. Anyway, there's this great video, or maybe not great, but there's this video where someone is doing a sketch, and they go into like a used game store, like a GameStop or something like that, and they're like, yeah, I've been playing a lot of Grand Theft Auto Vice City. And the guy behind the counter is like, oh, you're into retro gaming? And they're like, no, GTA Vice City, it only came out a couple years ago. And he's like, that game came out in what, like 2000, it was like 2003 or something. And they're like, yeah, it actually, the period from right now to when GTA Vice City came out is actually further in time than the time between when that game came out and the 1980s it was representing. It's like, wait a minute, no, that can't be right. It's like, no, GTA Vice City came out in like 2003, and it was like portraying 1986. That's 17 years. Well, it's been more than 17 years since then. It's like, that can't be right. No, that can't possibly be true. Yeah, no, that's how time works. Those of you who are younger, you'll encounter this more and more as you get older. Evaporates into dust. I mean, I still think of things that happened in like 2005, and I'm like, oh, that happened like 5 years ago. It's like, that was 20 years ago. It's like, no. It can't be, though. Yeah, the gap between, another good one, Color says, between the 70s and that 70s show, which was what, the 90s? Yeah. Don't look at that one either. Okay, getting back to our game. Is there anything threatening here at Gallows? Nope. Just scouts and colony ships. Again, we are going to want to send more lasers here down the road. But as long as there's nothing militarily down there, I'm going to continue building colony ships for right now. And hope that the fact that I have relaxed diplomacy and this guy's a pacifist is going to keep me relatively safe for right now. So yeah, we're just building colony ships right now. Kind of a quiet point in time in the game. Hopefully, we want it to stay quiet. Big Boy's about to get some colony transports. It actually managed to grow 2 pop on its own, which is pretty impressive. Now it'll go up to 11 pop, and it'll be starting to get to that fatter part of the growth curve. As we continue to chase away, scouts. Here's the copy protection. Again, this is a DOS game, so it had copyright protection, which was you had to look up in the physical instruction booklet and identify the ship. But because this is the GOG version, we don't have to worry about that. When I originally played this game, I actually did have a reference chart that told you how to get past the copyright protection. But the GOG version, that's Good Old Games, GOG.com. You don't have to worry about that. Wait a minute. Why am I able to... Why was I able to adjust that ship? Shouldn't it have just been going directly to the... Okay, never mind. Well, in any case, I guess it's 2 more turns. Did I accidentally send this to the wrong planet? No. Why am I able to give an order to this? What the heck? This has to be some kind of a bug. Okay, this ship is in flight. I should not get the option to reroute it. That's bizarre. Some of you found me in some interesting ways. Yeah. Oh, yeah, I had to split up reports because the images... Yeah. This was a thing. So my website dates back to 2002 in its original form. That was a thing. You actually had to split up the images because the computers, it would just take forever for the dial-up modems to load the images. I also used to crop the images down to reduce them. Like you could take a Civ 3 screenshot that was like 200 kilobytes at full size, and you could crop it down to like 50 kilobytes to make it easier. Like that actually really did matter at the start. And when I did my initial YouTube videos, when I started on YouTube, they had a 10-minute limit. You couldn't do videos over 10 minutes. So I had some early League of Legends games, you know, like a half-hour game, you got to chop it up into 3 video segments because you couldn't put a whole game in one segment. That you can only do 10 minutes. So yeah. Rienzo found an Annie guide I did for League in season 5. It's season 2. Yeah, I did a champion guide for Annie because I played a ton of Annie, and like the reason why I never updated it after I like updated it once or twice, I was like the game just changes too much in patches. It's not worthwhile to constantly update these guides. So that's the thing with League of Legends. Anything has a really short shelf life, because they like patch the living daylights out of everything. Alrighty. Yeah, people find, you come across stuff on the internet in weird places sometimes. Okay, so Big Boy has started to grow. It's going to grow really fast. Once it gets to the middle part of the growth curve, because it's a big planet and because it's fertile, it'll probably do about 5, 6, maybe even 7 pop at a time once it gets up to like 50 million pop. So it would be a great place to send population to other worlds, except that it's so far away from the others. Doesn't really make sense to do that. Alrighty, so yeah, we're going to work on the next colony. We have 2 colony ships in motion. We're working on another one. I do want to get some more laser ships down here. My general target for lasers in the early game is about 50. If you have about 50, you can shoot down incoming armed colony ships. 17 is not quite enough, but I also want to squeeze out another colony ship right now because I really want to get a move on this size 80 planet up there too. I think I'll do 1 more colony ship and then maybe squeeze out some more scouts. Oh, we need a name for this this planet here in the back corner, by the way. You can route that ship because its communications are close enough to the planet that they can accept orders. Wow, I've never heard that before. I believe you. I'm not doubting you. I'm just like, wow. Okay. So anyway, obviously we're going to colonize this planet, but we do need another name back here if you want for this backline world. Probably not going to see combat, just like whatever we think. Tarzan? Tarzan's not bad. We're the humans. It's a jungle planet. Works for me. Yeah. So I'm old enough that when I first started playing games on the computer, they were all DOS games. I am not old enough to have played stuff that's older than DOS. Which some of you might have been before that. Yeah, when they were on tape. Like I remember loading stuff on a Commodore 6. I remember loading on a Commodore 64. Had like that really weird boot sequence for games with like the star key. But the stuff I had was mostly DOS based. It was not on tape. Okay, so we do want to send some pop to Tarzan to get started. I'm going to spend 1 turn sending pop. I think I might be able to do 12 million pop. Can we do 12? No, we can't do that much. Looks like we can only do 9 million right now. Okay, we can do 9 million. That's the most. So this is the most we can regrow. So what I'm doing this turn is I'm spending my full income on regrowing population. So that's a wasted turn in terms of no research is being done, no colony ships are being built, but we're going to send 9 million pop to Tarzan so to help it get started. It just takes forever for planets to get started if they get no population from someone else. So we're kind of sacrificing a turn at Third Rock to help Tarzan get started. Normally you'd have the second planet do this, but like Small World is so small, it can only send a couple million pop. Maybe I'll have Small World send to this planet here, the Poor World. Our lousy planets helping each other get started. Big Boy's already up to what? It didn't grow much pop that turn. Hey, Archduke, that's for popping in. Welcome those of you who might just be getting here. And we've got this ship still flying up here, so. All right, so back to shipbuilding. Okay, this works out. See, 2 turns to get here, and then 3 turns for this. We can then send this ship directly over there to Nitzer. So that timing lines up reasonably well. And then I'm probably going to build some more scouts, or not scouts, laser ships to help protect Big Boy. And then I'll grab the Poor Planet here and the Artifacts Planet here. Again, I do wish that they the Sakura weren't holding this scout and colony ship right there. But at least they haven't grabbed any more worlds. These must be some hostile planets down here. And I still think there's an AI at one of these stars right here. If we can colonize the barren planet, we might be in range. How far is it from the... Yeah, we might be in contact with them if we can colonize that. We actually have made some very, very modest progress in planetology by trickling this tech here. But we'll go back to researching once we've colonized everything that's available. Again, no news is good news right now. We want things to be nice and quiet while we're just grabbing planets here. But we're going to need a name for this world up here, too. This little world up in the north corner. Yeah. A lot of by the way, the AI, you are protected from the AI starting right on top of you. They can't start within 6 parsecs of you, but the AI does not have that protection. So they are probably very jumbled together in the middle of the map here. There is a possibility that these stars up here are unclaimed, too. Hey, dear. Liz is here. Oh. You want me to share it? We got a picture from daycare from Charlie here. Let me put this on the screen so you can see it a little better. He's at daycare today. Very cute. He's turning 5 months in just a couple of days. So yeah, he's a little cutie. I like that picture a lot.
And Sydney's here.
And Sydney's here. Sydney's been here too, but he's been going in and out of the porch. Yeah, he's doing great. He actually had a good sleeping night last night. He has not always had good sleeping nights this week. Alrighty. Alrighty, so we need a name for this planet too. Arrakis, Midway. Those are both solid. I'm open to others. Solid names. They didn't jump out and be like, yes, that's the name like we have for some of these. But if no one else has any other thoughts, then we'll just grab one of them. I'll give it one more second. I know there's always a slight delay on Twitch. I know. Okay. Didn't see anything else popping up, so we'll go with the first suggestion there, because this is an arid planet. By the way, there are desert planets in addition to arid planets in this game. Okay, so third dock is going to finish this colony ship, send it up here, and then I'm going to send... I'll probably do the same thing I did with Tarzan, send off 10 million-ish pop to Iraq. Actually, no. You know what? Small World can actually handle this, because this is a smaller planet. We'll send you right back to that halfway point. Poor Small World, once again. I'm doing my best. Send 8 million pop once again off to another world. Charlie for the planet. Yeah, okay, so they have not added... The soccer have not added anything else down here. They also haven't talked to me yet. Charlie's a good name. Just a little world trying its best. Alright, so... Send you off here. Alright, we're just going to go straight on to another colony ship. I think we'll grab this world next because it's the most at risk. This is not in range, right? Yeah, 9 parsecs, not in range. But when we colonize this planet, this will be in range. And that one might be as well. That might also be in range as well. We'll have to see. Okay, so just on to another colony ship. Poor Small World. Okay, sounds good. Poor Small... You know, Small World, it really has done its best. Okay, so Tarzan's at 13 out of 90. It should start growing. It should probably start at 2 to 3 pop per turn. And it'll go up to about 4 per turn when it gets in the center part of the growth curve. All right, Big Boy, now that it's at 29, should be growing pretty consistently 3 to 4, 3, 4, maybe even 5 per turn. It'll grow quickly. And then we have to build 220 factories there. So that'll take a while. But once it maxes out, it's going to be extremely strong. And hey, we're almost halfway on this planetology, despite the fact that we've just been trickling in research. That's why you always want to keep at least a little trickle going on research. It does add up over time. Jane for the other jungle planet. Nice. I like it. I like that suggestion. Oh, okay, they are adding another... They got something coming in. Okay, 46 goblins. Okay. All right, this is actually important enough that we're going to get moving proactively right now. Because we need to make sure that that they do not target. I don't know where else they could be going other than my planet. And Big Boy is actually large enough now it could also build some ships. Now we're not close to being able to do a missile base yet. Yeah, 12 turns. Not close to being able to do a missile base yet. So this is why you want to be flexible. I was keeping an eye on that. You got to watch the map in this game. So we're going to be sending down there. Just be on the safe side. Now that does slow down our colonization, but we've got all the keep... Like, this is not at risk. And this Artifacts planet is a good planet. We should get it. I don't think this is in any immediate risk of the AI claiming this one either. I mean, I guess it's possible there could be an AI here, but I still think we're pretty safe. So if I felt this was in more danger, I'd finish the colony ship. But I have to protect what I've got. Let's make sure that we got some ships headed down there. So they are headed on their way. Hopefully we will not immediately see this coming forward here, because 17 lasers are not enough to shoot down then. This ship assuredly is also a laser ship. I'm going to do 1 more turn's worth of 11 more lasers. Then I'll probably go back to production. So it's going to take me 4 turns to get there. Like I said, I really hope that they're not. You know what we're actually going to do this? Yeah, we can't really do much here. I was going to say I'll do some reserve, put money in reserve, and then use it to double Big Boy's production, but that's not really going to do much of anything. This planet just doesn't have enough factories yet to defend. It only has 12 factories. It can't really defend itself. All right, I just hope we have time. It only takes 4 turns for them to get down there, but I think they can get here in two turns, so 3 turns. Okay. I'm hoping that we're not 1 turn too slow there. I guess we'll see. Okay, whew! They did not attack this turn. Oh, nope, they actually moved off in a different direction. Okay. Better safe than sorry, and those lasers will still stay down there in case we have another brush fight. But that's fine. You know, as long... I felt like I had to build the ships in case they were coming. But they're moving away. This is headed in a different direction. So, all right, crisis averted. Thank goodness. That's what we wanted. So we delayed our settling slightly, But I felt like I don't feel like we really had a choice. I'm repeating myself. Apologies for that. So hopefully the Farmer's Gambit rolls on. And now we build colony ships for these 2 spots. And then after that, we turn back on tech, finish that, and then we go grab that planet there. Just making sure they left. Okay, well, they left, but a new group is coming in. Okay, I mean, the actual answer here is Big Boy needs to get a missile base up. Of course, we do not have the initial shield upgrade, so right now lasers can still damage missile bases. But the best way to do that is to have the planet just grow its pop and factories as quickly as possible. We did just grow 5 pop last turn, so that's good. Yeah, better safe than sorry. The way that production works in this game is population has a population itself provides production. At the start of the game, every point of pop is half a BC per turn. So like that 46 pop produces 23 BC, and then every factory produces 1 BC more. So we get 23 plus 18. 20 was 23 plus 18, so about 40 BC per turn, and that looks about right. Yeah, wow, 39. Wow, okay, I'll take it. Or 43. Yeah, we lose 4 to ship maintenance. So yeah, right around 40 BC. So if we get up to 110 pop, that's like 50 production right there. Plus they can then work 200 factories. So what is it? After terraforming, they'll be able to do 240 factories. So that'll be 240 plus another 50. This will be at like 300-ish production. Again, they'll be able to do like 10 times its current production once it maxes out. So we just need to get it maxed out, and then it can easily defend itself. But we just need time. Like, we just need to not die. We need to not die while it's like it's I've used this analogy before. It's like it's pizza in the oven and it's baking, and we need to not take the pizza out too soon. It's also gonna be able to, yeah, it's almost ready to terraform. We can probably do the terraforming in 1 turn soon. But it's right in the fat part of the growth curve, so there's really no need to terraform right now. Let it cook, as Rienzo said. Yeah, let it cook. All right, Arrakis got its pop transports in from Small World. Again, for such a tiny planet, Small World has been doing its best to contribute. It really has helped out. All right, we're 2 turns away from landing there. We have another colony ship due in 2 turns, which is going to go to the Artifacts planet, and then we'll backfill for the little poor world. Up, and it looks like they backed away again. All right, I don't know what they're doing, but all I know is now I have 50. I'm about to have 60 laser ships, which again will not push away a dedicated fleet, but will help for sure. All right, so we're about to colonize this world, which we've already decided we're going to name Jane. It is kind of weird, by the way, that we have doing the no diplomacy means that like there's not really much for us to do on some of these turns because we can't talk to the Sakura. Are we in contact with somebody now? Okay, so we met the Cylons. Emperor Human. This is also either a pacifist or a it's probably their default pacifist personality. It could be honorable, though. I believe they can roll honorable as a personality. Okay, let's see. Pacifist again. They're pacifistic militarists. Okay, guys. They're also allocoid with the silicoids and the Mechlars. Okay. These guys are not allied with anyone. Well, the Cylons... Okay, the Cylons seem to be quite small. Yeah, they have fewer planets than we... Yeah, okay. They seem to be pretty small, which is fine with me. Yeah, okay. Ah, they already have this planet colonized. That's a bit of a shame. That's sad. That means they used a cheese alliance to get up there. And that is indeed their home world. Okay, so no more expansion to the north side of the map for us. I was going to send a scout forward to that planet, but no point now. Because they already have it colonized. Okay. Yeah, that's a definite cheese alliance that they have with one of the other AIs. Alright, well... Could be worse. As I said, I'd rather have a big Sakura and a small Cylon than the reverse, because the Cylons are a lot more dangerous. It is a weird personality. Oh, it also does mean we really need to grab this planet now, because they could be coming for that one in the near future. Alright, and we also want to send some pop to Jane. I'm going to have Third Rock send some pop there. Whatever the max is we can send in 1 turn. Can we do 10? Does not appear that we can do 10. Okay, we can do 9. That's the most we can do this turn, is we can grow 9. It says +8, but we're gonna, the way that the sliders are telling me we're gonna grow 1 pop this turn as well. So we'll grow 8 on the eco slider, and then we're gonna grow 1 pop naturally. That's what it's telling me. So we can do up to 9, and I mean we can send more than that, but then we wouldn't be able to regrow instantly, which is what I'm looking for. All right, here comes another. Okay, two small ships. These definitely have lasers on them, by the way. It's early enough in the game that they definitely have lasers. There's no way they have a more advanced design just yet. All right, and yeah, I don't see a need to. Well, we are past. Okay, we're past the halfway point. I'll do the terraforming over 2 turns. Normally, I do the terraforming over 2 turns. We might as well here. Keep this in the nice part of the growth curve. I did grow 5 pop last turn. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if I saw a turn where it gets 6 pop, maybe even 7. That's a lot of pop to grow in 1 turn, though. But yeah, in terms of like population, we have almost exceeded the Cylons already. We're going to blow past them pretty quickly. We are going to essentially tie the Sakura in planets, which is not the worst place to be. So, yeah, I mean, one thing is the only realistic opportunity for expansion does seem to be through the Sakura. I guess we could try to push. I mean, the Cylons are kind of weak. They might be a good target, too. We'll see. It's obviously way too early to think about who we might be fighting. It's going to depend on the diplomatic situation of the game. Yeah, pacifist neighbors are great. I love having pacifist neighbors. All right, what's this? Oh, cool. Okay. It's so rare to get a positive event. We could have drawn something awful like one of the disease event or the rebellion event or the assassination event. Anyway, so we did regrow immediately on pop. And now we'll build transport for this planet. And then we can actually go back to doing research because we want to knock out that planet. We'll open the other tech fields, and we really do want to get this barren planet because I do not want a hostile AI right here. And then we'll have some, if we can get them, we'll have some point worlds. We'll have this, and then these 2 will be like our frontline defenses. Hopefully Small World will not get targeted because it's so freaking tiny. I will still have to build some bases there, but it's so little. It's so tiny. Anyway, Big Boy did half of its terraforming. It'll do the other half this turn. Tarzan's not quite in a position yet. I'd like to get Tarzan up to, again, 40 to 45 pop, and then we'll do the terraforming there. All right, yeah, there's 2 goblins here, but whatever. We have, 60 lasers, so no big deal. What I will do, though, is I'm going to send the Scout 2 up to here, and once I do that, I can probably scrap the Scout design, because I don't think I have Scouts over any... Where's my other Scout? I have another Scout down here. Where's my other Scout? Hold on. I can get rid of that big boy. Oh, at Big Boy, and then... Oh, here. Okay. Gotcha. Right here. I have an extra Scout too then, don't I? I can't reach this planet, can I? Oh, I can reach this planet. Okay. Well... We'll go check it out then. You never know. Because we can do anything within 8 parsecs. Alright, there's no point in trying to scout Mentar. Oh, that... Okay. What the heck? I did not intend to send this away. That must have been... Yeah, you guys out in the chat. Yeah, I did not intend to do that. Well, fortunately, I caught it. Everyone's like, no, you just ordered all the lasers to leave. All right, we caught it. We caught it, thankfully. Yeah, they're going to defend the barren planet. Then we'd be totally undefended, and it would take like 10 turns to get them back. Thank goodness that didn't happen. All right, whew, caught it. I love it when I do something stupid and chat catches it, but I don't catch it, and everybody's panicking. So I could have scouted some of these planets a little bit sooner. Just didn't. Oh, there's actually planets down here I didn't scout either. We need to send a scout to this world too. Okay. Well, I guess I do still have a need for these scouts. You never know. There could be like a radiated planet that we can grab later on. And we still have all the lasers right here. Anyway, Big Boy's done terraforming, so let's set it back to factory construction now. There's no need to grow. No need to spend money on growing population. It's going to do that naturally. But look at how much I have to spend on waste cleanup every turn. Could really use some improved terraforming tech there. But yeah, all right, now we just have to build a whole bunch of factories. We already have the missile base down to 6 turns, so that's really nice. We could do it in 3 with reserve spending, because you can double your production with reserve spending. All right, and we're just a couple turns away from this, and then yeah, then we're small world will be able to get this poor world planet started, and then Third Rock can go back to doing research. Finally. I always love it when there's like a bunch of ships moving on the map screen. You get to see like the little graphics, and it's pretty cool. How close is Tarzan to terraforming? Not too far away. Not quite there yet. I'm just like watching this every turn down there to see if there's a fleet incoming. Okay, that's not anything I have to worry about. Just watching every turn. Every turn that goes by, big boy gets stronger. Grew 5 pop that turn. That's a lot. And built 6 factories. So growing away there. And we're almost about to colonize that. And then Jane, which has been doing nothing, is about to finally get its infusion of pop. Yeah, Arrakis isn't far from terraforming either. Not quite there yet. Usually you want to wait until you can do the terraforming in 2 turns. Because like if Arrakis tried to terraform now, it would take like 4 turns. Like that's just not worth it. Just takes too long. Let it build more factories first. Oh, hello. What's all that? There's like a lot of ships popping up down there. What are all these? Okay, that's more goblins than I would like rallying there. But as I said, we're getting closer to the point where we can build a missile base, yeah. And I actually do have reserve spending if I need it, because that merchant donated to my... The merchant gave me 500 BC, which is a lot for the early game. So I can build a missile base in 2 turns if I have to. So now what we need to do is we need to go over to tech spending after we send this colony ship here. So we need to... We're actually pretty close there. Let's go ahead and open the other fields. And I'll just do even spending for right now, and then I'll reallocate depending on what is in our actual field. So we already have II9, so we can actually skip in the construction field. That said, if reduced industrial waste 80% is there, I'm going to take it because I missed out on the first waste cleanup tech in planetology. So I will take the 80% waste reduction, even though it won't advance the tech tree. And then we don't have anything in weapons or computers just yet. Okay, so... yeah, we're going to grab this, and then let's see what our tech options are. And we'll be able to grab this very shortly, too. Okay, deep space scanner, no choice. That's fine. Yeah, that's not bad. It doesn't do a ton for us, but we'll be able to see... Basically, we'll be able to see further away. You can see up to 5... By default, you can see 3 parsecs away. Now we'll be able to go up to 5. Duralloy, okay, this is a bad pull. So, Duralloy is a good tech, but it's just like, I wouldn't choose to go for it right now. Duralloy, increases your hit points of ships and missile bases and ground combat, so it's a very useful tech, but we did not have improved industrial 8. We did not have reduced waste cleanup 80%. So yeah, this is it's a good tech, but it's also quite expensive for this stage of the game. Class 2 deflectors, you never have a choice on that one. And then we will take the Hyper-Vs, just in case we need early missile tech. Gatling laser is not very useful. It's only useful if you're doing early game fighting. We're trying to avoid early game fighting. Hyper-V is not really that useful either, but it has more use, and it's also cheaper, so it'll advance the tree faster. All right. Oh, we need a name for our artifacts planet, too. Name this one Anchorite? Sure. Hubble's good too. Great library. Oh, these are all good. These are good suggestions. Oh man, I actually like Hubble because it's an artifacts planet with a space telescope. All good names, good suggestions. Are we in contact with someone? Oh wow, the council's meeting already. Okay. I don't think we're nominated. Yeah, we're not nominated, but this is good because that means we can cast our vote for the Sakura here, most likely. They already have 8 votes. That's a lot. And get some Diplo points for them. All right, Bolrathia. Wow, okay. So this tells us the bears are quite weak. It looks like the Sakura and the Mekla are the 2 dominant AIs. The bears are pretty weak. We already know the Cylons are on the weak end. Yeah, Sakura. Okay, the bears and the brains are pretty weak. Okay, silicoids are relatively weak too. That's odd to see a weak silicoid. They're usually one of the stronger AI races. Oh, okay, so the Sakura are... Okay. Now, it might look like the Sakura are the runaway AI, but this is also partly because they just grow pop so fast. They max out their planets a lot faster. But yeah, this is great. We can cast our votes for we can cast our votes for the lizards, and we'll get big Diplo bonus points with them. We haven't even met the Mechlars, so it's not a big deal to not cast them. Yeah, the Sakura leader's named Sauron. Yes, actually. All right, so yeah, look, now we're all the way up at peaceful with them. Maybe he'll actually dial me up and ask for yeah, he's allied with nobody. Maybe he'll actually dial me up and ask for some trade or something. That's my hope. Look, you can see with him having that fleet strength advantage, I don't really want to get into an early fight with this guy. Did he colonize more of the map? Not really. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Nope, still on 8 planets. So that's good news. Seems to have gotten stuck there. Probably ran into other AIs that have everything colonized over here and doesn't have the tech to colonize some of these other planets. Noted pacifist Sauron. It's a trustworthy name. Like the cut of that guy's jib. Also, we really need waste cleanup tech quite badly. We missed the initial waste cleanup tech in both. Yeah, oh yeah, wow, our waste cleanup situation sucks. We missed the initial waste cleanup tech in planetology and construction. All right, let's adjust these tech sliders to stuff I don't really care about the computer tech just yet. I guess I'll leave that alone. Construction, I guess I'll leave that alone. What do I actually want to emphasize? Okay, I still want to emphasize, I don't care about propulsion right now. I don't care about weapons, so we'll pull a little bit out of those too. And I guess this is okay for right now. I do want to kind of spread out the research relatively evenly. Because even though I don't care about Hyper-Vs, I do want stuff beyond that. And even though I don't care about inertial stabilizer, I do want to get a faster engine. I do really need, I really hope Warp 3 is available at the next tier. And planetology, I really need enhanced eco to be at the next tier after this. I need that quite badly. In fact, I think I'll put one additional tech tick into planetology from every field, because I really do need that. Just emphasize that slightly over the rest. All right, yeah. Look how much I'm wasting here. Hold on. If I put this, I'm spending 116 out of 264 on waste cleanup. That's like 40% of my income is just going into waste cleanup. That sucks. Wasting a lot there. But there's nothing we can do. We just need more tech. All right, and down here, yeah, we're getting closer on the missile base. As soon as we finish the force fields tech, the class 2 deflectors, we're invincible against laser-based attacks, which is what I'm reasonably sure these goblin ships have. I could build a scanner ship and go down here to check for certain. Wow, you already have 7 bases on Gallos. Okay, I could build a scanner ship to go down there, but I'm not worried about this ship. I'm very confident it has lasers on it, and once I build one missile base with class 2 shields, that ship can't damage me anymore. So that's why I'm not too concerned. All right, Tarzan is just about ready to terraform. Could do it right now, but it's not really a need. It has not hit the 50% mark yet. When it hits that, we will. And Arrakis is in similar shape. It's not quite ready yet. Jane's getting its pop transport. Oh, we need to send pop up here to... Someone needs to send pop up here to Hubble. Well, you know what? Small World is on the case again. Oh, wait, I still have Small World on research. Small World should be building its remaining factories because Third Rock's on research. Whoops. That's a minor issue. But yeah, we're going to do the same thing. We'll send 8 million. That's enough to get that planet started. No, I wanted to send 8. I realize it's very pedantic to make that swap, but... All right, Small World. Now you're finally free. Finally free. What's the leader's name for the humans? Human. Human. All right. Oh, we need a name for it. Now we need a name for our little poor world. This is the last. Oh, we're gonna have one more to name at that barren planet, and then after that, we won't have any names for a while. This is actually the closest planet to our home world, but we waited to colonize it until 2361. Sentinel Isle, Mordor. Maybe we have to reserve Mordor for something that's over by the Sakura. I think. Beggars. Can we fit Poverty Point? I think it's too long. Poverty Point? It's a little too long. Almost. There's a city name in Civ 4. The Native Americans have a city name that's Poverty Point, and the joke was we had a whole bunch of games. I'll go with Pauper. There's a lot of good suggestions. There are a whole bunch of games where the Native Americans put this Poverty Point in just a terrible spot, and it became like this running joke. Okay. Oh, Small World. Okay, Small World was gonna send. Okay, Small World's sending Pop to the northeast, so we got to send Pop from somewhere else. You know what? Tarzan can probably... Yeah, Tarzan, you're right in the middle of the growth curve. You can send Pop over here. We don't need much. 8 million will get you into the... 8 million will be enough to get it started, because that gets it to the 1/4 mark, and that's fine. Pauper will probably send Pop to Tarzan when it gets close to being maxed out anyway. All right, yep, so back to doing research. We do fill up the beakers pretty quickly here, especially in I mean, we're rated good in propulsion, and we're also rated good in force fields. Class 2 deflectors are a pretty cheap tech, and we're rated good in the field, so we should get that in probably 10 turns or less. I'm not building any more ships to send down to Big Boy. Big Boy can handle itself for now. Big Boy's a big boy. It can handle itself. Again, it can build a missile base in 2 turns if it looks like an attack is coming. All right. Anything interesting? Okay, so we found an Inferno planet down here. There's a chance if we manage to out-tech the Sakura, we might get here, or they just might not have hostile techs. Okay, an irradiated planet. There's a decent chance we might be able to colonize these someday. That's why it's always good to check these out. You just never know. You just, yeah, never really know. But it looks like for the immediate future, this is probably the last planet we're going to get, unless there's something there. So we had almost entirely habitable planets in our core, and then there's like this wave of hostile planets further out. You might think that the map generation did that on purpose, but it is just a coincidence. It's not like the map does that. It's not like Civ 7 with the stupid distant lands where it like deliberately sets things up in a certain way. The map generation is just random in this game. All right. Like, it's really random. You can get horrifically bad terrain near you or really good terrain. It's just the luck of the draw. Whatever happens to be is what happens to be in this game. Yeah, there's Mordor, right? Yeah. This one, either this one or this one here. One of these. If we can get this one, that seems like a good candidate to name Mordor if we ever get down there. I mean, it's already in range for us. Oh, no, it's 6 parsecs. Never mind. It's not in range. But we could easily get... I mean, we'll have enough to put reserve fuel tanks on a colony ship by the time we'd be in a position to colonize that. But yeah, for the time being, we're just waiting for our tech bars to fill up, letting planets build their factories. Okay, okay, so the Mechlars already own this planet. Yeah, let's just keep that fleet over here. They already have 248 factories here. Okay, I'm happy to leave, buddy. Looks like it's one of their core planets. Yeah, I'm quite content to skedaddle out of there. By the way, apparently our fleet of scouts is stronger than what the Bulrathi have, so that's not a good sign for them. Somehow we're rated in front of the Bulrathi, even though we have like 12 scouts with no weapons. No, we do have the 60 laser ships, but it's kind of sad that the Bulrathi are even lower than us. Yeah, we have 60 lasers, I know. Still sad that they're actually ranked. All right, so this does give us some information, though. It tells us that the Mechlars, their homeworld is almost certainly at one of these 2 planets. This must be one of the worlds they colonize first, because it's very developed already. So their homeworld's over here, and that's fine. You guys stay the heck over here. I do not want any part of an early game war with the Mechlar. Let's save the Mechlar for the final showdown on like turn 2500. Not anytime soon. Yeah, that's fine. You can just retreat back there. Unless that's in range. Oh, this is in range. All right, well, let's go check it out then. I guess there's oh, you know what it is? It's settling Hubble brought some more stuff in range. Now, I have no defenses over here. How far away is tracks? Okay, if we get this, one thing that's going to be nice is when we get this scanner upgrade here, we will be able to see what's hovering over tracks. Now, we can see anything incoming from 3 parsecs away, but... just hopefully we're not gonna... I'm just hoping that we won't get attacked up here, honestly. This is very far away from any of the AI's cores. The only one who's even remotely close is the Cylons, and their core is down here, so I just don't anticipate them having a lot of ships up here. I could be wrong, but they're pacifists, and their core is nowhere close, and the AI... Their pathfinding tends to concentrate on the center of the map. They somewhat ignore the edges of the map, so I just don't think we're going to get much aggression up there. I'm willing to be wrong, But yeah, I'm just not going to build. I don't think I need to build defensive ships up there. Just years of playing this game has suggested to me that we're probably okay. So we're going to let it ride and not build ships up there. All right, once again, just a handful of goblins. Handful of gobbles up there. So yeah, we're at 85 factories. Well, we need 240, so we still need like 150 more factories there. So that's probably about a dozen turns. You might say, well, wait, isn't that 15 turns? But the ETA goes down because as you build more factories, you build them faster. So it's probably about 12 turns there, and then we can get a couple missile bases and be relatively safe. Next thing we have to do is probably terraform Tarzan, which is close to being ready to terraform, and Arrakis is also. When Arrakis can terraform in 2 turns, we'll just do them both at the same time. And planetology is in the percentages. Once it gets up to like 10%, I'll dial down the spending, allocate it somewhere else. You know, they keep moving so many ships around down there. All right, and Arrakis can now do the terraforming in 2 turns. So that's what we'll do. Terraform them both. They're both at a good point in time to terraform anyway. Oh, maybe I should start building a colony. Maybe I should start building a colony ship right now because this is, well, no, it's only at 10% odds to pop. That's still pretty low. I like to get it up to about 20% odds. Again, if you're wondering what the heck are you saying, that's 5%. I mentioned this earlier, but people might be popping in the stream now. This is bugged. It's double whatever the odds say here, so it's actually 10%. Let's get up to like 20%. That's when you start having a realistic chance for the tech to be discovered. 8%. I'll do one more turn, then I'll start building. Actually, no, let's start building the colony ship now. So someone has to take over research, and that is our friend Small World. Now I realize that third world that we can't actually finish this because we have to design a tundra colony ship, but we can put 2 turns into it. While we continue hovering at low odds. So I'll just have to go back to research next turn. Oh, whoops, I'm still terraforming these planets. Whoops. I think I left them terraform an extra turn. Oops, well, not the end of the world. They just grew a little pop, but that was slightly wasteful. I left them terraforming too long. Much better to be building factories than growing pop with the eco slider right now, but it is what it is. All right, Jane is still not quite at a position to want to terraform. Pauper is just getting started. Unfortunately, it's poor, which means all factory production's cut in half, which means it's going to take a while. Big Boy's up to 13 factories per turn now. It's at half. It got half its factories done. And okay, there's a new ship here. We might want to build a scanner ship to check out what's on that design. We're still affable with these guys, though, so I don't think they're likely to target me. And we can still build a missile base very quickly. So hopefully we'll just get the force fields done so we can be protected against an infinite number of lasers. All right, so you need to go back onto research. Small World, you go back onto building your minimum. How many factories does Small World have? It has 12 factories. Okay. 12 factories. This poor planet. Is Arrakis in the planet? It might be. I can't remember. Oh, hello. There's something coming in up here. Maybe he has missiles. Nope. Okay. We gotta retreat. I'm just gonna kill my scout. There's no reason to let it die. Now, was he able to colonize that planet? Yeah, okay. So they have controlled Inferno. Alright, well, so much for our dreams of getting that planet. Now, what's on over here? Okay. Oh, shoot. Oh, shoot. This is bad. That means they're going to be able to colonize this world. Why didn't I send some lasers over here? Oh, man. Why didn't I just send some lasers like 5 turns back? I could have easily just sent some lasers up here. Oh, man. That was really dumb. I don't know why I didn't think about that. I didn't think that they had the range to reach this, though. I didn't think that the... Yeah, I didn't think that the sock... Well, I guess from here... Oh, man. That was pretty dumb. Now we're going to lose this planet to them. Because I can't... We just saw they have weapons on, and there's no way to get a ship here. Like, there's no way to get a ship there fast enough. Oh, that sucks, because we're just about to discover this tech that would let us colonize it. All we had to do is just chase them away. Well, that was really dumb. I can't believe I didn't think to do that. I could have easily just sent these lasers over here like 5 turns ago. As soon as Big Boy was in position to build a missile base quickly, I could have just sent this over here, and then there wouldn't be a problem. But I did not do that. I forgot. Whoops. So we handed away a planet to them for no reason at all. That was dumb. And that's bad because by controlling this, that's pretty bad. Because this spot is actually really important because from here they can reach like literally any of my worlds. If I'm here, I'm protected. Yeah, there's no way to get a ship there to chase them away, and their colony ships aren't like. What's sad is I easily could have chased this colony ship away. I just need the lasers to be there. They're just out of position. I mean, they can go there now, but like I don't really want to provoke a war with the soccer right now. My planets are all building factories. They're all undeveloped right now, and you saw the fleet strength comparison. Like that's not a war I want to be taking on right now. So that's really bad. That was super sloppy. I don't know why I didn't think about that. I just was so focused on defending here. And they hadn't sent a ship here since ever. They've never sent a ship here before. So I just didn't think they were going to suddenly show up here. They've never sent a ship. How far away is this? Yeah, it's 7 parsecs away. Did they sign a cheese alliance with the... God dang it. Yeah, they don't have the range to reach here, but you know what they did? They signed an alliance with the stupid... They signed an alliance with these guys. Impeach Emperor Human, yeah. Yeah, they don't have the range to reach here, but they signed one of those stupid cheese early game alliances with the Cylon, or the Cylons, and that allowed them to get range, and they just went straight from here to here. You can do like the AI and send pop without declaring a war. No, I don't know. If you send population, they instantly declare war. Oh well, nothing I can do about it. I just didn't see it, unfortunately. Didn't see that would happen. No, if you send pop, it 100% starts a war. I mean, we can do the scout dance. Unfortunately, this does not cause them to retreat. They'll still colonize the planet anyway. I just find it hilarious. They will still scout the planet, unfortunately. No, this doesn't work, unfortunately. They will still colonize the planet on their turn. The combat's time out eventually. Nah, I know. It would be great if it did, but yeah, you can do the scout dance, and the AI just gets trapped in an infinite loop. I believe the combats go for about 100 turns, and then they time out. If there's any asteroid on the field, you can get them to do this. But it will keep the ship that's in the system from getting blown up. So there can sometimes be. Yeah, see, unfortunately. See, the soccer now. Yep, unfortunate. Very unfortunate. As I said, that was a huge mistake. Not, That was a huge mistake. That was just, I didn't think they could get there. I didn't think they had the range to get there. And they don't have the range to get there. But they signed an alliance with the AI. It was just dumb of me not to cover that planet with my ships. Once Big Boy was able to defend itself, it was very, very foolish. Well, I mean, it's pretty obvious that the soccer are our main target in this game. Unfortunately, they're also going to be a very strong AI. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, well, we just got the GNN message. I don't know why I had to count. Yeah, 12 planets. They're an obvious target to go after. But not at the moment. We definitely need more tech. Yeah, that's Cylons. Why did you, stupid Cylons? Why did you sign that alliance? The problem is now Small World is very, very vulnerable to attack, and you know the AI, they're gonna want to attack. And now like they can target Third Rock, Small World, Pauper. This will have to be the front. Have to be the front lines of anything we look to go after. Oh well. That will be our first target in any conflict. Maybe if we get lucky and some other AI comes in and it turns into like a hot potato world. But for the time being, yeah. Alrighty, well, back to more exciting factory buildings. Do the relations drop between AIs if the AI becomes too big? I believe that is the case. I believe that they also dislike the AI if they get too big. I think that it works that way. They definitely dislike the human when the human starts to get on the large side. So we're pretty much out of room to we're pretty much out of territory already. We ended up with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, we could have been at 9 planets to their 11, and so we're at 8 to their 12. That's kind of bad. Kind of bad. And it's not like there's much. There's really no room for expansion at this point. We're out. At least we have at least we do have some pretty good planets, though. We have a lot of large planets, so that's a plus. Uh-oh, this is probably something bad. This is more typical of the messages you get. This means that they have their default xenophobic personality. Look at her free tech or two. Send the lasers to Small World then. That's probably a good call. Yeah, because Small World is not really capable of defending itself. I think that's a good call. Like they didn't even I mean, we could take this world right now if we wanted to. We could just swoop in with pop transports. They have 2 pop here. But I don't want to be in a war with these guys. I really don't. Like, it's just not worth it this early in the game. Alright. They are xenophobes as expected. And they are the other power in the game also as expected. Yep. They have the eastern side of the map. But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. So here's the good news. And their homeworld which one is their homeworld? Just out of curiosity. Yeah, it is very close. It is very close. I said that I predicted this was probably their homeworld because they obviously colonized Creus early on to have such a big fleet there. Okay, so here's the good news. Remember when we got the first GNN message and it said that the Meklar had 6 planets? And I was like, oh my god, the Meklar have 6 planets. They're only on 7 planets now. So they have not expanded. They have not increased in size at all. They've gained 1 planet since then. So that's really good news. Like, they're not getting out of control in terms of expansion. And the rest of the galaxy looks like it's split up between the Borathi and the Silicoids. Silicoids, I wouldn't be surprised if they end up being... I don't know why this... Okay, the Silicoids must be... Well, they're not here. I mean, one of these stars has to be the Silicoids, and the other one has to be the Borathi. I'm guessing the Silicoids started over here because there's a bunch of hostile planets they haven't grabbed yet, including this barren planet. That would be hilarious if we could somehow get, but it's too far away. And this because like if they started here, I feel like they would have already gotten this radiated planet, but maybe not. So there is no runaway AI yet, so that's good. The Sakura are probably the strongest AI. It's never fun to have the strongest AI right next to you, but I do think it's going to be tough for them to defend this planet. They'll build missile bases, but it's going to be hard for them to defend it with ships because it's nowhere close to anything else they have. And like remember, there's no planet here, no planet here. They might be able to get the radiated planet, but like that, look how isolated that is. There's like nothing around it. So I do think this is a pretty good target for expansion later on. It's gonna be tough for them to defend that. Okay, this planet is getting there on the factories. Then we'll have another planet that can do research. I do think we're gonna be sitting. Okay, so apparently planetology took forever to pop. We'll just allocate this to another field. We'll just put this in construction for right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Shift 10 clicks over because we already have good odds to discover that. Okay. Let's see if they have missiles on this ship. If they have missiles, we might be able to get... Okay, they do not have missiles. I mean, we can do the scout dance again. But as you already saw, it's kind of pointless. So we'll just retreat. Alright, well, we got the class... Okay. Class 3 deflectors is slightly unfortunate. You'd prefer to take personal barrier shield here if it's available, but it's not. So. Sakura coming towards Big Boy. Are they? No, they're sending... They are not. These pop transports are going to their planet. They always send a big pop infusion to a planet after they colonize it. So no, they're not actually going for Big Boy. I know it looks like it, but it's actually going here. Even if they did land here, we have 115 pop. We would easily defeat their transports. But no, I mean, it did look like that on the map. You're not wrong. Okay, so this was also colonized by the... So I guess the Meklar did get another planet. I mean, we were never going to get a barren planet over here anyway. There's a pretty big gulf of space between us. Remember, there's no planet here. There's a pretty big gulf of space between us and the Meklars. Let's hope they stay the heck over there for the time being. All right. In terms of... We do have a council vote coming up in just a few turns, and I think we might be nominated against the Sakura. I think we might have passed the Meklar in population. It's going to be close. I wouldn't be surprised if we're nominated, which would be fine. I don't think we're going to... I mean, I don't think the Sakura are in any... they're only allied with the Cylons. I don't think they're going to be able to win the vote anytime soon. If we're nominated against them, there's a good chance we can cast our vote for the lizards again. Keep racking up those Diplo brownie points. All right, Pauper is almost... I was going to say almost ready to terraform, but it is not. We already terraformed that. I do think that Jane is about ready to terraform, though. Almost. A couple more turns. And Hubble's not that far off. Big Boy is almost done its factories, isn't it? Still needs about 50 more factories. It's a big boy. Now, hopefully we'll finally get planetology to pop so we can see what's... hopefully we have enhanced eco available at the next tier. Yeah, see, this is not going to big boy. But, I mean, it did look like that on the map. I get it. Yeah, okay, Jane, we'll just do the terraforming at Jane now. Hopefully I'll remember that it's in the middle of it. And Hubble should probably terraform. But it's going to take a while to do that. Let's let it go another couple turns. I'd rather... Maybe I can terraform it over 3 turns. It's like Pauper. It's going to take a long time to terraform because it has low production. Alright. Yeah, I mean, it's not like I can really check in diplomatically with these planets. What is this? Oh, that's the scout coming back. Gotcha. I was like, what in the world is this? Alrighty, so how many more factories does it need? 17 factories. What's 17 times 9? It's close enough that I'll just do the max spending here. There'll be a very, very small amount that overflows. By the way, there's a helicopter you can probably hear. They're still terraforming. Okay. There it finally is. It took a long time to pop. Sometimes you can see, because like we got range 5 to go in the percentages quickly. That one sat at like 15%, which is really 30% for like 6 turns. Got a little unlucky there. Okay. No enhanced eco. No enhanced eco, and we can't trade for it, because remember, we can't talk to the AIs. So this is hurting us a lot. Now, controlled toxic lets us get more planets, but there's no toxic planets to colonize, so we'll just do plus 30. It's also cheap, a little bit cheaper too. Unfortunate. Really need some waste cleanup techs. Really need waste cleanup tech. Okay, so we are nominated against the Sakura. He's up to 9 votes. Almost has a veto block. If you have 1/3, then you can't lose the game. Morathi are still weak. Okay, they were allied. We expected that vote. Okay, we might not be able to cast our vote for old Sauron over there. We got votes from the Meklar. Okay. 5 votes. Would they win if we vote for them? Do they win the game? It's 21 out of 28. I believe that would win the game for them. So I don't think I can cast my vote for them. Yeah, it's 75%. So I can't vote for them, unfortunately. Gotta abstain. Well, I mean, we always want to focus on planetology anyway. So we will take a minor... yeah, we were at peaceful. We dropped down to affable because we didn't vote for them. But there's nothing we could do. They would have won the game if we'd voted for them. All right, Big Boy has now... Do we need to grow that last pop point? We do. I mean, it'll pop up eventually anyway, but I'd rather just finish it off. All right, let's get a few bases up. I'll try to get 5 at the moment, and then we'll go from there. All right, Pauper. Tarzan's not that far away from maxing either. Well, it still needs another 100 factories, so I guess it's not that close. Jane, you finished doing your terraforming. Yeah, there's not much we can really do right now except sit back, hope that we can stay peaceful, try to stay out of conflict. All right, you can terraform in 3 turns now. Well, actually, I think you need like 1 more turn, and then you can do it in 3 turns. How close are you to maxing out, Small World? You still need 14 more factories. Go, Small World, go. We also need to adjust this. Okay, so we want 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Do the 10 ticks back again. Unfortunately, you can see how expensive that was. That tech went up a lot. That said, once our planets max out, we'll be able to start researching much faster. Small World can do it. Yeah, again, ideally right now I'd find a way to trade for like improved eco restoration, but I can't. It's just not there. There is the possibility of reduced industrial waste 60% being in the construction tree after Duralloy. But yeah, we missed the first 2 options in planetology, and we missed the first option in construction. So we really just need one of those, but not having any of them just hurts a lot. You just waste so much of your income. All right. Like, you're just wasting a tremendous amount of income on waste cleanup otherwise. All right, so I was going to start terraforming now. Yeah. Okay. And Pauper's probably at about the same point, right? Yep, same thing. It'll take 3 turns for both of them, but they're also both over the halfway point on their growth curve, so it's worthwhile to do that. I just hopefully won't forget. Yeah, kind of quiet turns. We can't do anything diplomatically so other than just cross our fingers and hope. We do have some text in the percentages. Deep Space Scanner, again, Deep Space Scanner gives us a little bit more. Unfortunately, it's not the scanner that tells us where the AI ships are going, but it will still give us a little bit more vision. Also, where are all these ships? Oh, okay, I don't know what's on that ship design. Definitely some new designs. We also will soon be at the point where we want to start doing a little spying just to know what text the AI has, which is perfectly allowed by this variant. I might not be able to contact them, but I can still spy on them. Now also I have to deal with 1 billion AI go-to orders to this planet here, Antares. They're going to be flying around constantly checking on what's in the area, is the way the AI likes to do. Yeah, okay. You guys can start popping now. We're already up to like 25% odds. This planetology is going to take a while because it's just an expensive tech. But hey, adding 20 million pop on every planet is pretty good. Now, hopefully we'll have improved robotics available for our next computer tech. That would certainly be nice. Not a tech discovery. Oh, hello. They're asking for an alliance. The problem with that is I get pulled into their wars. I don't think I want to be allied with this guy. Interesting that he actually offered this. I don't think I want to be allied with this guy. The problem is the AI gets into a lot of dumb wars. I think I have to say no, unfortunately. I really don't want to be... Yeah, I really don't want to get pulled into whatever wars this guy's going to fight. Okay, he's not in any wars right now, but still... I wouldn't be shocked if he gets into some. Oh, did we finish? Oh, cool. We finished, we actually finished at Small World. We finished the maxing factories. Amazing. Now we can start building a missile base. It's only going to take 9 turns. Poor Small World. I really did not want this planet to be on the front lines. I really did not want it to be on the front lines. All right. You guys done your terraforming? Okay. Now Pauper's going to take forever to build its remaining bases, or its remaining factories. And then the problem here at Hubble is we're in a nebula, so we have no shields here. So it's going to be hard to defend. Also, when are these techs going to pop? I wish they just... I kind of wish that one of these AIs would just come asking for trade. I want a trade deal because I'm the humans. But no. But yeah, anyway, we're just about ready to go over to research. I'm just having Big Boy finish up a couple more bases. And I have to deal with these. All right, there we go. Now we get the Deep Space Scanner. Improve Robotics 3, please. Oh, we discovered both techs on the same turn. There we go. Now, not that Battle Computer 3 is bad, but, I mean, this is a big upgrade. Improve Robotics 3 lets you work 3 factories per pop. Now, we're going to be drowning in waste without waste cleanup tech, but we still want this anyway. Gonna be absolutely drowning in industrial waste. All right, what do we want at the next tier? Let's see. Well, out of these options, I think we just want the neutron pellet gun. It's a nice early game gun weapon. We already have Hyper V's, so Hyper X's don't do much for us. Fusion Bomb is not available. And the Ion Cannon is a lot more expensive and not really much. It's a little bit better, I'd say, than the MPG. Largely because the advantage of this is you can do the heavy version, which gives you some versatility, but it's also double the cost. Let's just take the neutron pellet gun, and then we can jump to the next tier. And hopefully there'll be like Scatter Pack or something useful there. No Fusion Bomb, though. I would have taken Fusion Bomb if it was there. Yeah, now we've got all these ships flying around. Oh, if you're wondering why I can see further away, it's because I have the improved scanners. Now I can see more on the map. Now we have to deal with these ships flying around endlessly, and we don't know where they're going. I'm pretty sure we're not being targeted, but it's still annoying. Now, every time a ship moves back and forth between Antares and Gallows, we have to watch them. We wouldn't have to deal with any of that crud if we had just colonized that planet. But I guess it makes the game a little more interesting. Not what I was trying to do, though. So has every planet terraformed now? I believe they all have. Yeah, I think they all have terraformed at this point. And Big Boy can go on research next turn. That'll more than double our research. And Tarzan's not that far off either. Tarzan will just need the one missile base. Yeah, because Tarzan only needs 50 more factories. Tarzan is going to have to grow some population for itself, though. But that's fine. Wish I had the scanner that lets me see where all this... Now it starts saying max on here, but... that's because the amount of factories has exceeded the amount of population. All right, Big Boy, you can go over to research. So now we're up to 300 BC per turn, getting split 6 different ways. So yeah, we have to get through Duralloy in order, and then if we're lucky, reduced industrial waste 60% will be there. If we're missing the first 2 tiers of waste cleanup in both construction and planetology, we're going to be really hurting economically. There's not much we can do about it, though. Just the way it is. Yeah, nothing crucial is going to pop. In a game without this variant, I could like take inertial stabilizer and trade it and use it to fill in my tech holes, because the AI places a very high priority on inertial stabilizer. We saw that in some of the other games I did, but again, that's the variant, is we can't just diplomatically wheel and deal our way through everything. So we're more stuck with what weaknesses we have on the tech tree. Or Small World. Oh, Third Rock never built a missile base. We do want to build 1 missile base over the home world, just so we have something there. So yeah, a lot of these turns are probably going to look like this. Like, there's not much for us to do right now. Tarzan, or just like our planets are just still building up. Okay, so Tarzan's going to max out. That's okay. We'll have a little overflow production. There we go. I'll just put a little bit into eco spending. And then, yeah, we're mostly just waiting for all our planets to fill up with pop, and then they can either build bases if they need more defense, or they can go over to research. A lot of them are going to go over to research. Now, where the heck is this going? Okay, where is this going? I think it's going from track south. Let's just keep an eye on this one, though. I think it's going south. Yep, this patch of space is so empty. Okay, well, sucks to be them. Silicoids are having a rough game, and that did not help them. Okay, so Tarzan maxed out. Now let's max out the pop. Silicoids are having a rough game. Yeah, techs are... The techs... So every tech in the tech tree has 50% odds to be there. And that... So in some games, your techs that you need will be there. In some games, they won't. And that's part of what makes the game so replayable, is you're always having to adjust to what's in the tech tree and what's not. But yeah, so they can be there or they cannot be there. The Cylons have 75% odds for any one tech to be there. All right, so we can stop missile base building on the home world, and Tarzan's about to join us in research. So once all our planets are done, we will be up to like 1000 BC pretty quickly, and we'll be going through the techs a lot faster. But yeah, we're just being left alone right now, which is unsurprising because we are affable with these guys and relaxed with these guys, and they're both pacifists. Oh, they're at war. Okay, this is good. This is good. They're in a war with the Mechlars now. They're also allied with everybody. Them being allied with so many AIs is not great because they'll all vote for the Sakra. But this is good. The Meklar are like now my long-term. Okay, everybody hates the Meklars. Meklars are like actually my allies in this game now, because I have to work with them against the Sakura. Okay. Okay. Good. You guys focus on that. We're just gonna let us just tech up for like 50 to 100 turns, and then we'll see where we're going from there. Yeah, it's a Meklar versus Sakura Galaxy. It looks like, and then we're gonna have to we're gonna have to do our best to slip through the cracks. So or so. And the reason why the Meklars are like ally is like, look at the population graphs. The Sakura have way more pop. So if we were like, let's say we side with the Sakura in this war. If we side with the Sakura, then in the council it will be us against the Sakura. The Meklar will vote for the Sakura. Everybody else will vote for the Sakura. They just win the game. But if we side with the Meklar, it'll be us against the Sakura. We'll get the Meklar's vote, and the two of us together have enough to block the Sakura from winning. So that's why I have to ally with the Meklar. Also, these jerks took this planet, and it's right on top of me. So, yeah. There's that factor, too. Anyway, all right. So Tarzan is see how this says clean? This tells us that the planet will max out its population on this turn. It's going to grow 2 pop on this turn. So let's go ahead, and we want to build that 1 missile base, and then it can go over to research. I think Jane is the next planet to max. Or no, Arrakis is the next planet to max out. It's pretty close too. It only needs like 20 more factories. So diplomatically, our situation's looking decent. We have an obvious enemy to. Oh, Arrakis already. Never mind. I finished faster than I thought. So I'll have it finished building factories and then build that missile base. Hopefully, it will never come under serious attack either. And then these planets can, so they're all starting to max at around the same time. Then they can go over to research. And then I can also turn on spying for the first time. Not to try to take text, but at least to see what some of the, we need to know what text the Sakura have. That's pretty important knowledge. Stupid waste, we have so much waste. All right. So yeah, now we're at the 500 BC. We'd probably be at like 800 BC if we just had one of the waste cleanup techs. We're burning up so much of our income on waste cleanup. There's nothing we can do though. We can't try to trade. Normally I would just try to trade for it, but I can't by variant rule. That's why we got the variant. All right, again, look at all these stupid ships flying around. Still, I have to feel like since these guys are in a war with Meklar. Okay, some of their alliances fell off. That's good. I have to feel like they're and they're at war with everybody too. I have to feel like they have bigger fish to fry than dealing with me, who they have really good relationships with. Now let's get that missile base built on Arrakis. All right. Now again, 1 missile base is not enough to be perfectly safe. And unfortunately, Small World just is gonna probably have to sit on base building for a very, very long time. Let's see what. Let's turn on we want to make sure this is on hide. We want to try to figure out what these guys have. So we are gonna have to adjust spending because we just put some money into spying. So we're probably gonna have to tick up an extra tick on spending on a bunch of these planets because that's what the spies cost basically. Okay. 587 BC. A lot better than what we were doing for a while there, where we weren't really doing any research. Yeah, a whole bunch of the techs are about to fill up. Sadly, they're not really going to do that much. The only one that's going to do a lot economically is improve Robotics 3. Well, Terraforming plus 30 will help as well. That's also a pretty big benefit. But like Inertial Stabilizer doesn't do anything. MPG doesn't do anything. Class 3 deflectors don't do much. I mean, they help a little. And then Duralloy doesn't. I mean, Duralloy is good if we get into if we have to defend our bases, but doesn't advance our economy. When we have these when these techs, look at all these ships they have swarming around here. Okay, clearly they're building a lot, but I'm pretty confident we are not their target right now. I'll check in to see if we got a spying hit in a turn or so. All right. Oh, we got a spy with them. Okay. Then we'll turn on All right, let's see what they've got. So they have Robotics 3. They have the upgraded scanner. Duralloy armor and exoskeleton. Good ground tech. Yeah, they have controlled toxic and soil enrichment. Okay. Oh boy, yeah. They have antimatter bomb. We do not want to tangle with these guys. If they didn't have the antimatter bomb, none of their other weapons are that scary. But the antimatter bomb is terrifying because that will just... Antimatter bomb does 20 to 40 damage against ground targets. Yeah, our defenses would just be... Any defenses we build are just going to be useless against that. So that's... Yeah, it's unfortunate. That actually means that if we're going to go on the offensive... The Cylons might be the best early game target to go on the offensive against. We really, really don't want to be tangling with the lizards with them having antimatter bombs. That's not good. Not good at all. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. They have 13 planets. If we could take even 2 planets from the Cylons, that would make us a lot stronger. But we're still not in a position to do that. This planet being so isolated also makes it a good target. But for the time being, we're not really in position for that. Yeah, there's not even any ships up here defending this. We need a lot more tech. We're not in any kind of position to go off on the offensive, and probably won't be in today's streaming session. Okay, well, that was still useful to know. We found out a little more information about those guys. Let me just check in on my planets. Are they all doing what they should be? All right, Jane is about to max. Only needs 13 more factories. Hubble is... close to. Yeah, closer. Arrakis is doing research. Pauper is maxed out on Pop just about. Needs a lot more factories though. Stupid poor world. Tarzan's researching. Third Rock's researching. Small World is building bases very, very slowly. Alright, yeah, so we're mostly just getting tech. We got a couple things into the percentages here. How many more turns until the next council vote? 7 more turns. We will be nominated against the Sakra. You know, if this... Okay, I was going to say they signed a bunch of alliances. We will 100% pour the Mechlars vote, though, so there's no chance of losing the game, because the Mechlar will vote for us, and we don't have a scouting report with them either. But yeah, we're about to get hits in a whole bunch of fields on tech, so that's good. Really hoping that there's reduced industrial waste 60% at the next field. All right, so here's class 3 shields. Oh man. Yikes, we're getting the worst, no planetary shield. Okay, we're getting a bad path through the tech tree and the shielding tree or whatever it's called. I'll put let me show what the tech tree looks like. This is not available in game. This is back in the days when they shipped the game out with a physical paper manual, and the expectation was you'd look at the physical paper manual for a lot of this stuff. All right, so the way the game works is there's always at least one tech in every rung of the ladder. And you have to get one tech on each rung to move up. You can get multiple techs from the same rung if you want, but you have to get at least one of them. So for force fields, first you start with class 1 deflector. You always have this. You will always have no choice to research class 2. That's your first one. At the second tier, you have odds to get either one of these. You can get personal deflector shield, which is a ground technology used in ground combat, or class 3 deflector. We had no choice. We only had class 3. I would have taken personal deflector. The next tier, you have 2 choices, class 5 planetary shield or class 4 deflector. Again, we had no choice. We only had the class 4 deflector. That's a bad roll. We badly wanted the planetary shield. It was not there. So now I probably don't really want to get into any kind of a fight until I can get up to class 10 planetary shield, because I can't trade for it because of the variant rule. So yeah, I kind of don't really want to pick a fight with anyone because my planets are going to be very, very vulnerable with only the class 4 deflector. Now that said, if I could somehow get the class 10 planetary shield at the next 2 tiers down, I could jump from 4 points of shielding to 14, which would be an enormous jump. But for the moment, yeah. So anyway, that's a little about it. So that's kind of bad. But the good news is we are rated good in force field tech by virtue of being the human. So we can stack up force field tech pretty quickly. All right, Jane just maxed out on factories. So now we'll finish growing its pop, and then we'll build... We'll just do the 1 missile base. I really don't think we're going to get attacked up here. And if I do, I should have lots of warning ahead of time. So I'll just build the 1 missile base. Hubble might have to build a few more. Poor Small World. Well, Small World, we got another terraforming tech incoming. So you'll at least be able to get up to 40 pop. And then with Robotics 3, you'll be able to get to 120 factories. That said, you're already spending 50% of your income on waste cleanup, so you might have to spend like 70% of your income on waste cleanup. But we will eventually get to the point where you're in better shape. Alrighty, yep. So again, we're still mostly just next turning here. Again, I can't ask the AI to do anything diplomatically. Oh, we should check our espionage report though. Alrighty, there's Jane. We'll get our 1 missile base. And then you can contribute research too. I was going to say we should have a report by now, and we do. All right, well, they're still at war with everybody. Here's a status report. Note that we're still rated lower than the Cylons in total power, which is hilarious, given that they have, what, 3 planets? Anyway. What did they have in terms of their... Oh, they have robotics 4. Oh, my God. That means they can build 6 factories per pop right now. That's terrifying. They're also all the way up to atmospheric. They have a lot of planetology tech. That's probably why they're doing so well in this game. They only have Warp 1 engines, though, so that's a big weakness. They only have Warp 1 engines. And their weapons tech is not that great. They have Stingers. That's about it. Yeah, terraforming plus 40 in atmospheric. Terraforming. I wonder if they're going to shoot past me and pop at some point. Interesting. How many more turns until the next vote? 5 turns. All right. Well, they dropped all their alliances yet again. Would you consider a spyless run later? Oh, I could do that. That would be an interesting one to do. Do Darlock's spyless run. Yeah, Cylons are the only ones who have so everyone has 50% odds for each tech except Cylons. They have 75% odds for each tech. It's a major advantage. They can pick their way through the tech tree a lot better than other races can. Other races have to rely on the dice to be kind. All right. MPG, solid gun, much better than the laser. So the laser does 1 to 4 damage. The neutron pellet gun does 2 to 5, but halves the effectiveness of enemy shields. So the neutron pellet gun stays viable for a much longer time. You know, the laser, let's say somebody shows up with class 3 shield. Well, the laser does 1 to 4 damage. That goes down to 1 damage against the class 3 shield. Neutron pellet gun, that cuts it in half, and then it gets, I believe it gets rounded down. So that only turns into 1 point of shielding. Neutron pellet gun still does 1 to 4 damage, where the laser does 1 damage. Big, big difference. All right, what do we have? So we got scatter packs. Scatter packs are great. I'm happy to take this. I might have taken a bomb if it was available, but there's no bomb available. So I'm pretty content just to take scatter packs here. So right now, for our missile bases, we have Hyper-V, which does 6 damage a shot. The scatter pack is still 6 damage per shot, but it fires 5 missiles at once. So you do 5 times the damage. Pretty good stuff. It does get outscaled in the, eventually, because you know, once people start showing up with 4 or 5 points of shielding, 6 damage per shot doesn't really do anything. And once they show up with 6 points of shielding, they're irrelevant. But like Merculites only do 10 damage per shot. It's the scatter packs are going to be way better than the Mercs for a long time. We could also do Mass Driver. That's the upgraded form of neutron pellet gun. It's the same thing, but instead of 2 to 5, it does 5 to 8. Still, it seems like scatter pack is clearly the best here. It's also the cheapest tech too. Like the Mercs are almost 50% higher than the, actually almost double the cost. It's like 70% higher. So we'll take scatter pack and then we'll see what's available at the next tier. We do need to get a bomb tech, but we haven't had any available so far. So not much we can do except hope that one of them becomes available at some point. Again, not being able to trade for the holes in our tech tree does mean we are a little bit more at the mercy of what's just here. So anyway, improved robotics is going to pop soonish, and planetology is going to pop soonish, and that's going to be a big boost to our economy. Right now, our total economy is 1,500 BC. I bet that that'll double to about 3,000 BC after we get plus, well, maybe not quite that much. We'll see. But it'll definitely increase. We also have a council vote coming up here. All right, there's Duraloy. Now, here's the big question. Let me show you, before we see what's available at the next tier, let me put the options on the screen for you. And we can do the dramatic reveal of what's available. All right, so this was the tier here. We pulled Improved Industrial 9 from an Artifacts planet, which was apparently the tech that was in our tree anyway, because we never saw Reduced Industrial Waste 80%. We never saw II-8, so that wasn't there. We took Duraloy. So now there's 4 options at the next tier. Battlesuit, which is a ground tech. II-7, which would not be bad. Auto Repair, which is a special for ship combat. And then we really, really, really hope that Industrial Waste 60% is here. We need waste cleanup tech so badly. This would cut our waste cut costs, well, by 40%, because we're currently at 100%. It would cut it down to 60%. That would be a massive saving. Now, the question is it actually here? Because it's 50% odds for it to be there. All right, what's here? Oh, well, it's not there again, unfortunately. Taciturn means that they're quiet. They don't talk. It's not there, you guys. Once again, not there. This is a brutal game for waste cleanup techs. We've missed all 4 of the early waste cleanup techs. I'll take II-7 over battle suits. Not that battle suits are bad, but well, actually, hold on. We have we missed out on yeah, the thing that would really help me out would be trading, which makes the variant even better. The thing is, though, we missed out on what's it called? We missed out on the personal deflector shield in the force field tree. So actually, I think we do need battle suits, or we're just gonna have no chance of invading anybody ever. Actually, and we might be able to get II-6 at the next tier. Let's take the battle suits. It's cheaper as well. Alrighty, well, techs are not quite going the way we want here, but that's life for you. Let's see if we get a scout. We got a scout on these guys here. Okay. Well, you know who does have improved industrial waste 80%? Yeah, that's the the Cylons do. So looking even better as a target down the road here, because they have the industrial waste. They also have a lot of computer tech. That's why it's so tough to spy on these guys. They do not. They also do not have the planetary shield, so they're kind of sitting ducks. And they only have Hyper V's, so yeah, they look very vulnerable. But again, until we have faster engines, it's not really worthwhile. Anyway, I'll dial down spending to just 1 tick, and we'll just try to keep our spying updates up to date. Just to try to keep everything. So that means we're going to have a little bit more money to spend here, because we dialed down our spying. Looks like we get like 1 extra tick on most of our plans. Okay, not there, apparently. Still building the factories here. How close are we at Pauper to finishing? Not close, and then we're going to have more factories to build. So, in some ways, kind of... I mean, we got the tech we needed in the early game, the range 5, without which this game would have been really rough. But since then, okay, we can stop building bases here at Jane. Since then, I wouldn't say that our tech tree has been particularly great. But yeah, anyway, 800 BC per turn. At least we're going to get the planetology. Yeah, we're going to get the extra factories and then planetology coming in here. I am... Wait, what? Wait, what? We're getting attacked here. What the heck? What the? I didn't anticipate this. What the? Okay. I didn't anticipate these guys attacking me. I thought we were on great terms. Alrighty, well... The Hydra is clearly the more dangerous of the two. I hope we have enough bases for this. I wasn't anticipating that, them attacking. Again, they have so many ships flying around. Oh, we still haven't even killed 1 ship yet? That's not good. Maybe they'll waste their time shooting it. We do have the Duralloy, so that will help a bit. Maybe they'll waste a turn shooting at my scout. Nope, no such luck. I mean, we're going to hold on just the question is, do we lose a base here? Looks like we're going to lose 1. Hopefully no more than 1. If we had a planetary shield, they wouldn't really be able to hurt us at all. Well, the scatter packs would wreck the designs they have because they don't have much shielding on them. Yeah, they only have 1 point of shielding, so scatter packs will wreck them, but we don't have scatter packs yet. Okay. Alright, well, I wasn't expecting Big Boy to get attacked. Oh my god, 18. What the? They have 18 of these things incoming? Are you kidding me? What the heck? Aren't you guys supposed to be pacifists? Oh, we have affable relations. What the hell? We have affable relations and you're pacifists. And you're in a war with the Mechlars. What the hell? What? No, we're not at war. We are not at war. We have affable relations. And they're in a war with another AI, and they're pacifists. What the heck? Why are they attacking? You gotta be kidding me. Jeez, maybe I should have taken that alliance with them. Then they wouldn't have been able to attack me. What the heck? What is going on here? Well, that's not good. Not having planetary shields is rough. I mean, if they're sending 18 large ships at me, this planet's probably dead. I mean, the problem is they have 10 billion ships flying around, and I never know where they're going. Like, what? What is going on here? I am just shocked that they're attacking. I never thought that they would attack me. They have not attacked even one time. I'm just at a loss for words. This is not how the game is supposed to work. They're pacifists. We're as high as we can be on the meter, or nearly so. I voted for them in the last council. What do they do? Like, what is happening? Why are they attacking me? Well, we're screwed. That's our best planet. I mean, we can't kill this. I didn't think they'd be attacking with 18 large ships. What the hell? What the hell? Well, F me. I didn't think they were gonna do that. Okay. Well, I guess this game's just over then. I'm just shocked. They're freaking pacifists. We have super high relations, and they're at war with the biggest power in the galaxy. What? Like, what? That's just not how the AI behaves in this game. I don't know what... I'm at a loss for words. I never thought they would attack. They are literally sending their whole fleet at me. Okay, well... I mean, we're pretty much just screwed at this point then. Literal Sauron, yeah. They threw me for a new one. I mean, they were basically like, we're your best friends. We love you. Also, here's a giant fleet invading your planets. Well, they done got me, apparently. They sure fooled me. I guess they got me. I don't know what else to say. They got me. It's not normal behavior. The AI does engage in brush wars, but they don't typically do this. I'm stunned. They have completely caught me off guard. It's like they're at war with these guys over here, but they've decided to put their entire, like, this is the core of their fleet. They have their entire fleet here attacking me, who literally is voting for them in the elections. And okay, I mean, well, obviously I made 2 giant mistakes in this game. I mean, it's not over completely, but it's looking really bleak. Because if they can take my best planet, then what stops them from taking everything else? I don't know. This is literally my best planet. It's a size 120. Well, I apparently had 1 turn's worth of warning. Like, we saw them because this is 3 parsecs. They can move 2 or whatever. I mean, they're going to send pop transports now. But I can't even talk to them because from the variant rule, I can't even talk to these. I mean, look, are we at war? Does it look like we're at war? But like, apparently I made 2 giant mistakes. One is I should have been able to colonize this world because I should have Should have moved my lasers over here to fight them off. And maybe if they didn't have this planet, because it seems like because they have this planet here, their pathfinding is running back and forth constantly between these two worlds. And then maybe that's what induced them to go attack here. I don't know. But maybe if they didn't have this planet, they would not be concentrating on this as like a core fleet. Maybe they'd have their fleet over here or something. I don't know. So that was a huge mistake. And then the other mistake is obviously I should have taken that alliance with them. I didn't take it because I just never thought they would attack me. I really did not. But if I had taken that alliance, then maybe that obviously they can't. I mean, they can't attack me if we're in an alliance. You can't attack in an alliance. So I guess it's not technically over, but it's looking pretty effing bleak from this point. Okay, well, there's sublight drives. Looking pretty bleak. Oh my god. I mean, they're bombing the absolute daylights out of this world, too. They obviously want to invade and take it over. Jeez. I mean, he's already got almost a full veto block. This is like one of the most effective soccer I've ever seen. And he's also... And apparently every AI loves this guy, too. Like, he's the runaway AI, and everybody is on his side, because, like, this is bad, because now I can't even vote for him. If I vote for him, he wins the game. I can't even vote for him for Diplo brownie points. No, I mean, I wanted to vote for this guy. Maybe if I vote for him, he'll stop coming in and attacking me. But the problem is I can't even vote for him. He wins the game if I vote for him. Wait, does he just have a flat-out majority right now? No, he's just short. He's just short. He's like one vote short right now. So obviously I can't vote for him either. This is bizarre. I've never seen the AI be this effective. So anyway, now he's just sent a big fleet of pop transports. And normally this wouldn't work, but he's bombing the living daylights out of Big Boy. So, I mean, it's hard to see how the game gets any better. Like, how does the game get better from here? I don't know. A variant idea. If possible, you have to vote for yourself. Well, I mean, that wouldn't be a huge difference, but you couldn't be able to get the Diplo brownie points. I just don't see anything I can do. Like, what is building ships going to do? It's not going to help at all. I can't stop that fleet. I can't stop the 17 large ships. Like, remember, I don't have planetary shield, so my worlds are like paper thin in terms of shielding. They only have 3 points of shielding. So I just don't really see anything I can do. He's just gonna, yeah, he's just killing all the pop, and then that allows his invasion to succeed. Now he won't capture any tech because he destroyed all the factories. But like, look at all the extra tech he has too. He has armored exoskeleton and deflector shield, yeah. So like, he doesn't get any tech from that, but yeah, no, the AI, I mean, the soccer have been absolutely ruthless in this game. They've been incredibly effective. And they still like me too. We're still at affable relations. Anyway, all I can do is so just hope that basically I just have to hope I don't get attacked. I might as well stop building bases here because this planet's never going to be able to build any, and just accept that just have to hope he doesn't attack any further. But I mean, it looks incredibly bleak from this point. I don't really see much odds. I don't see much hope. I don't see much hope from this point, but we'll hang out for the time being. The only realistic hope I see is being able to take a Cylon world and get some tech from that. It's about all I can think of. So we'll just hang in here for right now, but I do think if he starts conquering any more planets, I just don't see any way to come back from him taking more planets. But we'll just research for right now and see. But yeah, I mean, we just got run over really, really easily. And those were ships that only had heavy blasters. He didn't even have antimatter bombs. If there were antimatter, well, oh yeah, won't that give him the last vote he needs? Well, it might actually. He might just be able to vote himself. Well, there is always the chance that some of those alliances, because you might have noticed the AI joins and drops alliances constantly. And also there's a decent chance that the Meklar will be the opponent in the next council. In which case the Meklars would vote for themselves. But yeah, he might just be able to vote himself the winner. It's possible. All right, well, now we have improved robotics, so we can at least build the factories. And we can get the improved scanner, so we'll at least be able to see where the AI ships are going. Now, we don't have a battle computer or a jammer tech, which is also bad, but we need to get the space. We need to get that scanner tech. All right, so we'll keep Small World on research, and we'll have everybody else go over to building those factories. Of course, Pauper is still building the factories already. Now just needs even more. But you can see when I can't talk to the AI and manipulate diplomacy, and I can't trade for techs that are in my tech field, you can see it does make the game a lot harder. All right, well, there's the terraforming tech too. Well, out of these options, I think it's probably controlled radiated, because that'll let us land down on any planet surface we want. I realize there's soil enrichment too, but we can always backtrack for soil enrichment. There is also a radiated planet that no one can colonize yet down here. Or where is it? Down here? Now that we lost Big Boy, it's out of range, but we could put long-range colony ships on there. All right. So we should probably do the terraforming first. So the terraforming is, it's 80 BC to do the terraforming. That way we can build we can grow. All right, Small World, you're hurting right now. All right, you will be able to do almost all the terraforming. Does feel a little bit like deck chairs on the Titanic right now, but if we do get left alone for a long time, it is theoretically possible that we could bounce back. Gonna be tough though. Ended up with a surprisingly competent and strong oh wait, no, I did that backwards, didn't I? See, the thing is, Hubble, the tech points get doubled here, so when you're measuring stuff out, it's actually 160 to terraform here, yeah, so it's going to take like all of its income. And then Jane is the opposite. Jane needs 80. I had them backwards. As I said, I do think it's a little bit like deck chairs on the Titanic. Still, one cool thing I do like about this game is, as much as I've played it over the years, I don't win every game. I usually win about 2/3 of them, but I don't win every game on Impossible. All right, we still have a little bit trickling into tech, yeah. So at this point, I do think the best we can do is just cross our fingers, hope we don't get attacked. Wait, how do we build a colony ship? What the heck? Did I have a... Oh, I must have had a colony ship almost done. Yeah, I must have had a colony ship nearly done. And then it just finished. Okay. Well, we're going to have to pay maintenance on that ship, so let's scrap that. I think I had the colony ship like almost done, and then the miniaturization kicked in and caused it to finish. But we'll go ahead and clear that. All right, let's go through our planets, put them back to factory building. So now we're doing the terraforming plus the factory building. Yeah, we gotta hope that there's not enough votes for Sauron to just... Oh yeah, that's right, you're not terraforming. You're the one who's holding research for us. Poor Small World. Poor Small World. Actually, why don't you do the research and I'll have Small World terraform. Pauper, you can hold the fort on research. All right. Let's get those factories. We have a lot of factories to build on these planets. I actually thought we were in really good position. I really did. But as I said, 2 mistakes with the soccer. This was a very winnable game, but I just made a couple mistakes in this one. I didn't take the soccer. I guess I didn't take them seriously enough as a threat. I really didn't think that they were going to be anywhere near this strong. But they sure showed me. They are running away with this galaxy right now. Yeah, they're way ahead. I mean, the Mekla are the other power, and look how far ahead they are. We're still on affable terms. All right, at least we got an updated spying report. Just gonna try to keep that updated. Just leave me alone. They had a couple of lasers. Not that the lasers would do anything if one of their main fleets came by. All right, so we're building 17 factories a turn. We will be at 390 factories when we're done here. 390. Oh, great. Now the silicoids are going to come claim this radiated world. Great. Like, this game wasn't going badly enough. Now they're going to come take this radiated planet away from me. It will put me in contact. No, it won't put me in contact with them. I guess we're still too far away. If I had these two planets, I'd be in contact. Yeah, losing this planet just was really, really hurt. Really, really hurt badly. And then that getting taken away. They're at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Yeah, that's starting to get to the point where the AI is a real threat to win the game. And of course, I don't have a planetary shield, so I don't really have like something capable of pushing back against their ships. The scatter pack tech will help if I can get that. Scatter pack would help a lot. Because then my missile bases would have some real punch. Like, I actually probably could have fought off that attack if I'd had scatter pack, but I did not. Okay. There we go. So everybody's terraformed now except Small World, which is almost done its terraforming. Everybody else is building them factories, which they'll be doing for some time. How can this game be saved? The AI has to leave us alone for a while, and we have to gain tech by picking on the weaker AIs. In particular, if we'd have to take over some planets from the Cylons while not dying to the Sakra. What we need is for them to stall out warring with the AI for a long time while they leave us alone. Take over some Cylon planets, gain technology from them, take over some silicoid and take over some silicoid planets, and then just like feast on the weak fries of the galaxy to catch us up and to get us additional tech. And to get us like additional tech and just planets where we have additional build queues. It's very tough, but it's not totally impossible, which is why I haven't stopped the game yet. It's not looking good. It's not looking good, but it is. There's still a possibility. If the Sakra come after us in any kind of force, though, we're done. Now, one thing that did happen, though, is because we terraformed our planets, we did get a little bit bigger, so that will make it slightly harder for the Sakra to win a council vote. That said, if the AIs all vote for them, now remember, again, I can't influence diplomacy. If all the other AIs vote for them, now the Mechlars won't because they're at war, but if all the other AIs vote for them, then I think that they'll have enough to win. So I have to count on the AIs just not voting for them, which hopefully they won't. And I have to have them not attack me, which is also a big if. Love that there's that one of the dogs in the neighborhood is apparently upset too. Right, and that's the Sakra thing, is they grow lots of population. All right, please don't give me a bit. Okay, at least I didn't get hit by the plague. I really would have preferred that had hit the the Sakra instead. All right, we still need 40 more factories. I don't think that's happening this turn. It's not Sydney, though. It's another dog, one of the other dogs in the neighborhood. Quite, I mean, I can do the turns fast. There's not much going on right now, so I can do the turns quickly at least. But losing Big Boy is, it's a tough blow to swallow. All right. We only need 19 more factories here. I'll just let this finish. We'll get a little overflow, and that's okay. How close is, like, this planet? A couple of the planets are getting close. I'll just let them max factories, and we'll get a little reserve spending that way. Okay, yeah. Okay, so you need to grow 3 pop. I mean, and I think I could have held Big Boy if I had known I was going to be attacked there. I just was so shocked that I got attacked there. It threw me off really badly. Anyway, we need to get up to 120 factories here, so we're at 40 right now. So Small World, you got a lot of factory building to do. Similarly, Pauper can go up to 210 factories, and it's at 70, and it's a poor planet. So some of those planets are going to be working on it for a long time. Also, you are going to finish your factories this turn, so... Jane and Tarzan both maxed. Okay, Tarzan also maxed factories too. So Jane just needs to grow 5 more pop. or 4 more pop, and then it's good to go. And then Arrakis should be very close as well. Yeah. That should max it out, and Hubble should be... Okay, Hubble needs a little bit more. The smaller worlds take longer to finish, because the terraforming is a bigger percentage increase for them. Sure, non-aggression pact? Sure. Anything you say, Mr. Sauron. Anything you say, Mr. Sauron, I am your buddy. Let's just remain great friends, Mr. Sauron. You leave us alone, okay? I love how I have to pretend to be this guy's buddy. It's the only chance, though. We have to have him not, if he attacks us, the game's over. We got to be his you know what. Yes, sir, Mr. Sauron. Anything you say, Mr. Sauron. You want us to scour the Shire? Yes, sir, Mr. Sauron. You want us to assault the White City? Yes, sir, Mr. Sauron. Oh boy. Okay. Anyway, Hubble still needs a couple more. It's almost done with its factories, but we need 195 here. Yeah, it's gonna take a couple of turns. Yeah, I mean, he did a great job of he really did a great job of fooling me. I want to be clear. He got me. He fooled me. So now we got to be under the radar. Bide our time too. On the plus side though, a bunch of these our non-poor worlds are basically done maxing out now. So I mean, we do have increase, and Hubble's going to be pumping out some pretty good research once it's finished maxing out here. Yeah, we're over 1,000 research points per turn now. All right, we got an updated spying report with these guys. Oh, these guys have robotics 4 now. They still don't have a planetary shield. They still don't have anything better than Hyper-Vs for their missiles. They are very... Okay, this is what's giving me a shot, is these guys are still super vulnerable to attack. Like, and they have some good techs, too. So I'm sorry, Cylons. I know we have a good relationship, but you are such an obvious target for us to go after. Now, if we just had a bomb that could get through... We just need, like, a bomb of some kind. Or a better missile. We could also... if we could get, like, Stingers, we could get past their shields with Stinger missile bases, too. They only have class 4 deflectors. We actually could use neutron pellet guns to get past class 4 deflectors. We could actually Hyper-V. We could use we could actually use scatter packs to get past them too. I almost never build scatter pack missile boats. Well, 6 damage against 4 points of shielding is not great. We need a better weapons tech. So our next weapons tech after scatter packs finishes is we got to be thinking about something that can be used against those Cylons. The other thing is, so we also needed faster engines. We couldn't do anything until we get this. So we need to get sublight drives and a better weapon and a battle computer of some kind. Hopefully battle computer 4 is available at the next tier. If I can get a computer, a gun, and an engine, we're good to go. That's what we need. So we still got to sit here next turning our research for a while. But there is a path. We take tracks, and then we take their home world. We don't even have enough range to reach their home world. What's our range stack, just out of curiosity? Still range 5? Oh, okay. Well, all right. Well, tracks is within range. We can take tracks. Then we'll figure it out from there. Mentar is 9 parsecs. Okay, that's too far away, but maybe we'll have more range tech. But we can at least take tracks. I have no idea what size the planet is because I don't have a scout on it. We can at least take tracks. All right, you need to grow your last 2 pop points. We don't even have a missile base here. Well, it's in a nebula. Okay. And then everybody else is just researching. I mean, we're just running Farmer's Gambit here because if we get attacked, the game's over. So we might as well just try our best. Popper can build 4 factories a turn. Very, very, very slowly getting there. And then Small World is also 4 per turn. Yeah, I mean, as I said, the game's over if we get attacked, so we might as well. Well, here comes the Meklar. Maybe they can take this planet. It's not very well defended yet. Come on, Meklar, take over this planet. Maybe we should have a Tundra colony ship on standby just in case. Just in case we can slip in here. Yeah, maybe they can bomb that out of existence. Maybe. Oh, we have a non. Oh, and that's right. We have a non-aggression pact now. Let's just have a Tundra colony ship on standby here, just in case. I wish I had faster engines on this thing. How long until the next council vote? 8 turns. Gotta hope these... Okay, I really gotta hope these guys can stop getting alliances. Also, I can't attack the Cylons while the Sakra are allied with them. Because that could bring the Sakra down on my head. Anyway. You never know. We'll just have this on standby just in case it gets bombed out of existence. Because this is definitely going to Antares, which is not that well defended, as I said. Alright, just researching, trying to fill up the tech thingies. Maybe we'll finally be able to get... there is the possibility of... after controlled radiated, we might be able to get the third waste cleanup tech, which I think is in advanced eco. It might be there at the following tier. We just can't seem to ever get waste cleanup techs in this game. Nope, Antares apparently fought it off. Oh well. Well, we'll have the colony ship hanging around in case we need it. Oh well. Nope, apparently whatever was on those ships wasn't enough. Apparently. Alright, well, back to playing the waiting game, you guys. I thought that actually had a decent chance to take that planet, but maybe it just had weapons that were no good against the planet's surface. Alright, well, no planetary shield for us, but at least we have 4 points of shielding. Do we get an updated report with these guys? Alright, well, their tech hasn't really advanced that much from before. They did get the Megabolt cannon, which is a good gun, one of my favorites. Only allied with the Cylons for right now. Again, I'm just continuously keeping my spying reports updated by moving the one tick of espionage spending around. Remember, the longer the game goes, the worse the AI does. They're not good in the late game. They don't handle the late game specials and speed very well. So sometimes you can just bide your time and see what happens. You know, until they actually cross the finish line. You know, wait until they actually cross the finish line. They've built 2 more bases immediately. Make them actually win the game, right? See what happens. Battle suits. Sublight drives is going to be a nice pickup, though. We can finally have ships moving faster than 1 parsec per turn. We got a number of techs in the percentages here. Just doing research. Got a council vote coming up in 2 turns. Just allied with the silicoids right now. I do wish that the AI wouldn't sign so many alliances so quickly. I also wish that the Mechlars would stop being in war with everybody. Because I need the Mechlars to be a counterweight to the Sakra. They're reasonably strong. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I mean, they have 10 planets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, 10 planets. Difficulty is I don't have a lot of opportunities for expansion. I just have like this 1 planet up here. Because I am not in a position to clash with the Sakra anytime soon. Alright, council vote. Last turn before the council vote. Just allied with the silicoids. I think we'll survive this council vote. And other than that, we're just... I mean, we got 4 techs in the percentages. We actually are researching relatively quickly here. Just every planet on research. What's this? This is the Sakra ambassador trying to assassinate the Mechlar. They were already at war, though, so it doesn't matter. I mean, thank God we didn't draw this against the Sakra. The Diplomat event is my least favorite event in the game. It has caused me to lose multiple games. Because, like, you're counting on an alliance, and especially happening on the same turn as the council vote. I have had it happen, like, literally one turn before the council votes, you're counting on someone who's like your game-long ally to vote for you. Assassination event, you lose the next council vote, game over. Okay, so we're still up against the soccer here. 14 votes. Wow. It's a lot of votes. Well over a third at this point. Well, not well over. Okay, well, one vote for the Bulrathi. What are they doing in this game? Okay. Can all you guys stop voting for him? Is that enough for him to win? Oh, he's one vote short. Oh my god, he's one vote short. Jesus. Okay. He's one vote short. Oh my god. He's one vote short. I need to go take that planet from the Cylons just so they don't, because like they keep casting their vote for the Sakura every round. I need to take votes away from those guys. He's like one vote away from winning. Jesus. Well, the game doesn't end. I still can't cast my vote for this guy. Why is he not voting for me? He's not allied. I don't understand why he's not voting for me. He's not allied. The Cylon should be voting for me. He's not allied with the Sakura. He has relaxed relations. Oh, well, maybe he has even better relations with the Sakura there. I don't know. 2 votes in a row. He's missed by a single vote. Yeah, when you can't influence the diplomacy, it does make things tough. It does make things hard, especially when you're in a weaker position. All right. Well, we got a lot of text in the percentages here. I'm seriously considering just building a ton of Scatterpack V missile boats and going and taking tracks before the next vote. Scatterpack V are generally not offensive weapons; they're usually defensive weapons. But as I said, I'm just worried. I don't have a battle computer tech either. Like that council vote was way too close. The problem is if I attack the Cylons, obviously I end up at war with them. I'm just worried that they're going to be in an alliance with the I'm worried they're going to jump into an alliance with the Sakura and then the Sakura attack me. So maybe we like wait and see what the diplomatic situation looks like going into the council vote and then go from there. I don't know. All right, we got battle suits and scatter packs. Okay, well, our only option to move the tree forward is II-6. What were our other potential options in? Okay, the only other option was Zortrium armor, which I wouldn't have taken anyway. So II-6 is good. That actually is help. I do need to get some cheaper factories. All right, we have a lot of options here, but none of them are great. So the only options, we didn't pull a missile upgrade, which is okay because we did just research a missile. No bomb either. Very hard to go on the offensive with no bombs. Let me show you where we are on the weapons tech tree. The weapons tech tree has the most options. Okay, so we just researched Scatterpack V, and now here are options. I really would have liked antimatter bomb. It's not there. So we can take Graviton Beam, and we also don't have Stinger. Wow, it's like the 3 techs I most like at this tier are Antimatter, Stinger, and Fusion Beam. They're my favorite techs at this tier. None of them are available, so it's probably Hard Beam, because that retains its usefulness the longest. It's the tier 3 version of the Neutron Pellet Gun. So you have MPG as the tier 1, and then Mass Driver's tier 2, and then the Fusion Beam's tier 3. There is Antimatter Beam at the next tier. And then at some point we're going to have to get a missile upgrade too, but there's no missile upgrades at the next tier. So hopefully we can get Omega V Bomb at the next tier, because we missed Fusion Bomb and we also missed Antimatter Bomb, unfortunately. There's that helicopter. So I think it's Hard Beam, even though it's the most expensive beam. Alright, I'm going to wait for that helicopter to go by. Hi, Willow. That is the one downside to being outside. It's nice being outside. It's a really nice day here, but you do sometimes get that. We actually get a fair number of helicopters because we're not that far from downtown Washington, D.C. Yeah, I think so Graviton Beam is good if you're up against a lot of small ships. If we were going to face the Alkari, that would be good, but because the damage overflows from ship to ship. But it's terrible against anything that's not a small ship. I think it's definitely the Hard Beam here. Yeah, you know, if the Silicoids passed us in population, that would actually be good, because then they'd vote for themselves instead of voting for the Sakura. But that seems unlikely to happen. Anyway. Okay, so in terms of tech, well, we're almost, we have to wait for propulsion to pop, and force fields is going to pop as well. Planetology, now that controlled radiation is not going to do anything for us, unfortunately. I mean, I guess we could technically invade this planet, but this seems like an infinitely better target to go after. Yeah, I thought I'd get more out of the controlled radiated. I thought I might be able to get that planet, but the silicoids, of course, got there first. All right, how close is Small World to maxing out? It's actually almost done building its factories, you guys. It's at 99 factories it needs out of 120. And then over here, Pauper is at 127 out of 210. Pauper is actually a decent research planet once it finishes its stuff. All right, sublight drives. So normally I would take the fusion drives, but I actually think we need the extended range here in this game. Even though fusion drives I like quite a bit, because it lets you increase the maneuverability in combat. I actually think I need the extra range here. It's not the warp dissipator, because I only have range 5. This one might let me reach some of the other planets that are way down there. So I think I'm going to take this. Also, slow down their wind. Well, that's great. This means that they're considering aggression against us. Alrighty. Well. Alrighty. Well, we popped all the techs that we had. Well, I guess we should wait for force field tech to pop before we design any more ships. At least we have the improved space scanner almost done. Then we'll be able to see what's incoming. Oh, what's this? Oh, there's a ship incoming. Okay, well, I think it's incoming at Hubble. Well, this is where I wish I'd built those missile bases earlier. That's why I usually try to build at least one base on every planet. Well, I'm pretty sure it's going to Hubble. I guess we'll find out. Might be going to Jane. So we'll set them both to that. And the other planets can stay on research for now until this tech pops. Oh, it looks like it's going to the northern planet. Well, at least we'll have the upgraded... Oh, wow. 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 Our only option is repulsor beam? What the heck? Seriously? Did I misread the table? Where's repulsor beam? No, I didn't misread the table. Okay. Well, that's actually not as... Actually, hold on. This is not as bad as it looks. It's actually not as bad as it looks because the only other option was class 5 deflector, and we already have class 4 deflector, so that wouldn't really do that much. And repulsor beam is notably cheaper. So we need to get through this, and then we need to hopefully get to the class 10 planetary shield. If that's not there, we're in even more trouble than we're already in. So hopefully class 10 planetary shield's there. Yeah, we've had some nasty holes in our tech tree in this game. And we've not been able to do what we normally do in trade for the alternative, like trade for the missing piece. Okay, so definitely going to Jane. Why are the Meklar, of all people, why are the Meklar attack? Don't you think you have enough problems on your hand, Meklar? Like, of all people, don't you think you have enough? You're already at war with the entire galaxy, and now you're sending after me? Like, don't you think you have enough issues already? Somehow everybody seems to love the soccer even as they're running over the galaxy. I don't understand that. Yeah, I think I have enough. I don't know what's on these designs, but I think I'll have enough just with normal base building. I don't think I have to do more reserve spending there. All right, okay. I don't know where this is going. If this is actually attacking me, the game is just over. Because I don't have like any defenses. I have no planetary shield. Remember, I still have no planetary shield, so there's no way I can ever shoot down what's on these designs. Let's just see. If this is attacking me, then the game is actually over. And it's just... I don't think it is, but it apparently is not. I don't know why these guys are attacking me. There's another huge... Yeah, they have huge fleets everywhere. Again, with no planetary shield, there's just nothing I can do. I can't stop these attacks. Because you're kind of intended to have planetary shielding to stop these attacks. It's kind of the intention in this game. And we didn't have it in our tech tree, unfortunately. All right. I mean, that Cylons, I'd still would really like to go attack that planet, but we gotta fight off whatever this threat is for the time being first from these guys. It definitely appears that Jane is the target. Jane should be okay. And I did want this. Oh, I guess I got all the text to pop I was working on. We are gonna have advanced space scanner shortly. That's what we're researching here. Or improved space scanner, which allows us to see where the enemy ships are going. Could I steal the ship? That's true. I could go for steals. I suppose that's true. I've just been so hesitant to engage in espionage because I don't want to. I don't want to bring an attack down on me. Like I could try to steal from the soccer. I guess if they had their tech, well, it would be really hard to steal from them because their tech is way out in front of mine. Cylons too, and the Mechlarite. Yeah, they all have really high computer tech. I don't think I could realistically steal any techs from any of those three, unfortunately. All right. As I said, I want to see if I'm getting attacked over here. I honestly don't know. I think I am. Yeah. This is headed south, but this is going after somebody, and I don't have any way to stop this. 15 huges. I don't know where it's going. I think it's going for Pauper, which is bad, but we'll just start having these ships build all these I think it's going for Pauper or Tarzan, but like I can't stop this. I think this is just the end of the game, unfortunately. We once again have had a situation where one of the AIs just got way too far out in front of the rest of the game, and I wasn't able to stop them from snowballing. As I said, due to some mistakes I made. All right, they have 5 points of shielding. Jeez, their Stinger missiles are gonna hurt like a pain in the butt too. Because I don't have a planetary shield to cut down on their damage. I just, like, why are they attacking me? I don't get it. And they even retreated without even taking any damage. Oh my god. Is this one going for Jane? I honestly don't know. Yeah, I mean, I think that this game's just over. Unfortunately, I just made a couple of mistakes, and there's just no room for error. As I said, just not controlling this planet, which I thought I didn't. You know, I just didn't send the lasers there. I thought I had it sealed up. I just didn't think it was under threat. I really didn't. But this stupid effing planet over here gave them the range to reach this that they would not have had the range otherwise, and then they just slipped in. I easily could have stopped them, and then I guess I should have signed that alliance because. Obviously, they wouldn't have attacked me. And then now, they're just out of control right now. They have too many planets. Like, if they didn't have these two, and I had these two, our situation would just, like, instead of them being overwhelmingly far ahead, we'd be, like, relatively even. This is just such a good planet. I could never let them. And then this planet also gave them the range to... these two gives them the range to access all of my worlds, unfortunately. And the other thing is... because I can't trade for holes in my tech tree, I actually had a pretty lousy tech tree this game. I mean, okay, I had the really key early tech, the range 5. That was huge, but like my planetology tree has kind of not been that good. The lack of waste cleanup has killed us in this game. We missed the initial like this has been a terrible path through the force field tree. We didn't get the personal deflector. We didn't get class 5 planetary shields. We didn't get any waste cleanup tech whatsoever. We had to research Duralloy early, which is not what you want. It's a good tech, but you don't want to go for it early. I guess the computer tech's been decent, although I would have preferred like a battle scanner. Or battle computer, excuse me, over the improved space scanner. But like we've just had a lot of holes in our tree and we haven't been able to trade for them. And the AI has like just consistently been doing weird stuff that I don't even understand. Like in going after us. Even in situations where it doesn't make any sense to attack us. So anyway, yeah, I mean, kudos to the AI. Like this is what a competent AI does. They don't just roll over and die like they do, like a lot of these modern games do. So you're just seeing an AI that you know, got an edge and okay, they're going for Pauper. Now Pauper is not a key planet by any means, but it's like I can't just keep losing more worlds here. I only have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I only have 7 planets. They're gonna take this one, and then from there they can jump to any planet they want. So like the game is it's just I don't think it's recoverable at this point. And the Mechlars, who I need to work with me, are attacking me. I need the Mechlar to help me. We need to work together, and they won't stop attacking me. If you're wondering why my missiles are like doing no damage, it's again, they have 5 points of shielding. My shots do 6 per shot, so they only do 1 point. And I have no battle computer. I have attack level 1.
So that also means they have, what's their missile defense? 3? So we only have 30% odds to hit, and we're only doing 1 damage per hit. So, like, we just don't do damage. And then this is in the nebula, so my shields don't work here. So that's why they're hitting so hard. Like, they ran in, they shot me a bunch of times, and then they just ran out. Like, what the heck? I don't need this right now, you guys. Why are you attacking me? Why me? I mean, at least this makes better sense. We're not, like, we don't have any kind of relationship. But, like, they're in 3 other wars right now. Anyway, I mean, you're also seeing what happens. Again, normally I have my border worlds kind of loaded up to the gills with missile bases so they can stop these kind of threats. But I don't have planetary shields, so they can't, like, they're just, they don't, like, it's almost pointless to build missile bases. They have no defense. They just get ripped apart by enemy ships. If I had the planetary shield, I'd have 8 points of shielding, and I wouldn't really take damage from those shots, but I don't have that, so... And I can't trade for the holes in my tech tree. So I'm mostly hitting next turn because I just want to see what's on these designs. Because do they have antimatter bombs on here? Well, wouldn't matter even if I did have the planetary shield. They have 18 antimatter bombs. This is an absolute nightmare of a design. There's nothing I could do. Even if I had 30 missile bases and planetary shields, they would still go right through it. Man, these soccer just got totally out of control. It doesn't matter. I can't, like... useless. They're way too far ahead. They just got to say GG at this point. It's like in a StarCraft game. Somebody just gets so far ahead, there's nothing you can do. Yeah, okay. And they're just going to destroy that planet. Yeah. So, I mean, this is just GG. Yeah, a fun game. I mean, maybe not that much fun, but it's a good example of how even like a couple, because like I thought we were in legitimately really good position in this game, but just a couple of small things started to snowball, and then once the AI got the edge, it was just over. Like it was just over at that point. And then now the Mechlar are attacking me too. Like I don't know. Sometimes the games just get out of hand. I don't understand this. So there was like this very small chance if we could stay peaceful with the Sakura that maybe we could try to sneak out some worlds from like the Cylons, but they didn't stay peaceful with us. And that the problem there is I couldn't vote for them in the council. If I'd been able to vote for them in the council, I would have gotten like free Diplo brownie points with them. And then they probably wouldn't have attacked me, but it didn't work. So sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. This one didn't work. So what we'll do is we'll try it again next week. Last couple of variants I've tried have been like that. I've done one game and it hasn't worked out. And then I've done another one. Yeah, maybe focus was a little off. It was a little off here for sure. But I do think that I do think we got some bad rolls on our tech tree too. The fact that we are in, what turn is it? What turn is it? It's 24:35. We still do not have a single waste cleanup tech. Like that really hurts because like we're just losing so much income. If you take Third Rock, so Third Rock makes 473 production per turn. 473. How much are we actually getting? 274. 274. That's only 274 out of 473. That's only 57% of our income. We're losing 40, like 43% of our income is just being lost to waste cleanup. That's brutal. Like that's brutal to have that happen. So we should be losing maybe like 10% to waste cleanup and we're losing like 43%. Our economy has just been in the toilet the entire game. Anyway. All right, like I said, we'll try it again. Sometimes we win, sometimes we lose. We win more often than not, but this one didn't happen, so yeah, it is what it is. All right, well, thanks everybody. I'm not going to start another game right now because we've already been streaming for like 3.5 hours. We'll just pick this up next time, next week. So until then, I hope your weekend goes better than the humans in this game. Have a good one, folks. Take care. I'll see you again soon.